room is quiet now. The world has dimmed its noise, and in this tender silence, you return to yourself. Your body rests softly against the bed, fabric beneath you like gentle earth cradling a seed. You've done enough. You've been enough. Now you simply are. A breath in, a breath out. And with each breath, something begins to open. Your heart, once tucked behind the day's distractions, now starts to glow. It glows not because something new has arrived, but because something old is being remembered. Gratitude, a soft golden feeling. Not loud, not urgent, but warm and deep and endlessly alive tonight. You don't need to search for reasons. You don't need a grand list or perfect moments. You only need to notice, and so you begin first. The simplest thing, this breath, yes, this quiet, steady breath, a miracle you don't have to earn, a rhythm you don't control, and yet it gives to you endlessly dotting out, like ocean waves returning to shore no matter how far they go. Thank you, you whisper without even needing to speak. Thank you for this breath. Thank you for this life. You move your awareness slowly, gently, down through your body. You notice your chest rising and falling, a heart still beating. Body still loyal even on the days you forget to thank it. Your shoulders soften, your hands relax, and now you feel something, a small flicker of warmth. In your chest it glows quietly, a spark, a golden ember of thanks. Not for anything extraordinary, but for the small things that made today what it was. The smile from a stranger, the moment of quiet between tasks, the food that nourished you, the sky above you, you see. Gratitude is not a demand, it is an invitation. A gentle doorway into the beauty that already lives around you. And tonight, you walk through that doorway, you remember the pillow beneath your head, how soft it feels, how it holds you without needing anything back. You remember a time someone was kind to you, perhaps today, perhaps long ago. You let the memory return, let it wrap around you like a warm blanket of yes. Yes, there is good. Yes, there is softness. Yes, you are safe to receive. Gratitude doesn't need a parade. It doesn't shout or knock. It whispers. And when you listen, the whole world changes. Tone, you remember the gift of your senses, how your eyes have seen color, how your ears have heard laughter, how your skin has felt sunlight on your face. Even now, in the dark, you can feel the safety of stillness, and that, too, is something to thank. Your body relaxes deeper, your mind slows, and gratitude rises again like mist from a quiet lake. You thank the lessons, even the ones that came wrapped in pain, because somehow they brought you here, to this bed, to this moment, to this breath. You are learning that gratitude isn't a response to having everything. It is a way of realizing you already do. And as you focus on what is, what isn't begins to fade away. You've been so brave, haven't you? So strong, so present, even on days you felt invisible. And that, too, is worth thanking. Thank you, you whisper, for not giving up. Thank you for waking up today. You remember now, the law of attraction is not powered by pressure. It is magnetized by feeling. And gratitude is the most powerful magnet of all. When you thank something, you give it life, you give it light, and the universe listens. It hears your thank you. It echoes it back in form. So tonight, you softly affirm, I am thankful for who I am. I am thankful for where I am. I am thankful for what is already on its way. Repeat it again, even softer this time, not as a demand, but as a lullaby. I am thankful for who I am. I am thankful for where I am. I am thankful for what is already on its way. You don't need to chase the blessing. You only need to notice it. And as you notice, more begin to appear. A memory floats in, a moment of love, a moment of laughter, a moment of peace. You allow yourself to feel it, to be warmed by it, to hold it like a glowing stone in your palm. You thank the version of you who lived that moment. You thank the version of you who kept going. Gratitude moves like a circle. It begins in noticing and ends in receiving, and then it loops again. You are now in that loop, a soft spiral of yes, yes to what is, yes to what was, yes to what is becoming. You don't need the answers tonight. You don't need to solve anything. You only need to remember that right now, as you lie here, you are already aligned, because the thankful heart glows, and glow attracts glow. Warmth attracts warmth. Peace attracts peace. You see it now, a golden orb in your chest. Pulsing sun made not of fire, but of quiet thanks. It glows each time you notice. Each time you soften, each time you whisper, thank you, the glow spreads. To your arms, your hands, your legs, your toes, you are glowing now. You are a soft lighthouse calling goodness home and far beyond what you can see. The universe rearranges quietly, preparing things you have not asked for aloud but have already. Align with God not because you forced it, not because you knew how, but because your thankful heart glowed. And in that glow, all things move closer. A smile, a solution, a new chance. You breathe again, even slower now, even deeper. And you say, without words, thank you for what I've forgotten to notice. Thank you for the invisible good. Thank you for the things already on the way. You trust now, because gratitude and trust are sisters. They walk hand in hand, reminding you that receiving does not begin with wanting. It begins with seeing, and so you see. You see the kindness in today, the safety in this room, the rhythm of your breath, the softness in your pillow, the flicker of memory that says, I have been loved. Even if it was once, even if it was brief, you thank it anyway, because what is thanked expands. What is noticed grows. What is honored returns. You drift now, not because you are tired, but because your heart has made peace. You are wrapped in a cocoon of noticing, a womb of warmth, a nest of yes. And as your mind drifts, you feel the candle inside you glowing still, its flame steady, its light, calling in more to be grateful for. You don't need to try, you only need to allow God in with one last whisper. You say again, thank you, thank you, thank you, and that whisper floats upward into the stars, into the dark, into the waiting universe where the next glow is already being lit. The next soft step begins with, you are still glowing. Last chapter's light has not faded. It has only softened from a golden flame into a warm shimmer that gently surrounds you now. Like mist, like breath, like a memory of something always true. You are safe, you are loved, and you are rising, but not in a way that feels like climbing. You are rising the way mist does, the way trust does, the way gratitude gently lifts your soul without asking for effort. This is the invisible ladder, and tonight you find yourself standing on its first step, not with force, but with quiet noticing. Gratitude is your ladder, not made of wood or steel, but of soft, invisible steps. Each one appears the moment you think something. Each step lifts you higher, closer to what you seek, yet gently, without rush. And so you take the first step now, without moving a muscle. You simply say in your heart, thank you for this bed. Thank you for this moment of peace. Thank you for being here, inside this breath. And the step forms beneath your feet. It's not about doing, it's about feeling. About noticing the gold in the ordinary. Your pillow, the way it cradles your head, that's a step. Your breath, how it flows in and out with no demands, another step. You are rising, you don't feel it as motion, you feel it as lightness. As if the worries you carried have gently slid from your shoulders, left behind. At the foot of the ladder, you didn't have to push them off. You simply didn't carry them up. And so, you rise again. Another soft thank you forms in your mind. Maybe it's for a memory, a moment someone saw you, held space for you, spoke kindness into your life. You breathe into that memory, you thank it fully, and the ladder responds. Another step, another lift. There's no ceiling here, no limit. Only rising, only light, only the sweet, slow motion of appreciation, and something begins to shift. You begin to realize you're not thanking because things are perfect. You're thanking because you are open. You are no longer focused on lack. You are tuned to the frequency. If enough, and what a powerful frequency that is. You see it now, how every thank you becomes a matchstick, lighting your inner room with soft golden glow, the room of your vibration, the room of your attraction. And in that light, you remember the law of attraction responds not to your words, but to your state. And gratitude is a state that sings, that hums, that vibrates into the very fabric of the universe. It says, yes, I see what is good. Yes, I am willing to receive more. Yes, I am already blessed. And the universe listens. It hears your frequency, and it answers in kind. What you feel, you attract. What you think, you multiply. And so tonight, you thank the unseen. You thank the support systems that work even when you forget them. The people who stocked the food you ate. The tree that grew the paper you wrote on. The stranger who smiled without knowing how much it meant. The sun, the sun is still rising each day, never asking for applause. You see how much you've already been given, and that seeing lifts you again. Another invisible step, another soft rise. You're not climbing now, you're floating. And the latter, it grows taller the more you think. Not because you're far from where you want to be, but because appreciation brings you there. Your thoughts drift now to things that went right today, even small ones. Maybe you got a quiet moment, maybe something just worked, maybe you remembered to pause. Every moment like that, a step, a lifting, a glow, you don't need to fix anything. Tonight, you only need to remember. Remember what is good, what is here, what is already aligned. And in remembering, you rise again. Another thank you whispers across your lips, maybe silent, maybe out loud, but real. Thank you for my breath. Thank you for today's tiny piece. Thank you for what I cannot yet see but know is coming. You don't need proof. Your trust is enough. And trust grows naturally from gratitude. Because when you feel thankful, you feel safe. When you feel safe, you stop resisting. And when you stop resisting, you allow. And oh, what a beautiful thing to allow. Love, healing, money, clarity, joy, answers, peace, they are all floating toward you. They were always on their way. Gratitude just made the path smooth. You see it now. How lack was never truth. It was just focused on, and now your focus shifts. You begin to feel grateful not only for what has come, but what will come. This is the magic of appreciation. It doesn't just celebrate the past. It activates the future. You say now, softly, I am grateful for what is already becoming. Say it again, even more tender. I am grateful for what is already becoming. The ladder does not shake. It does not falter. It supports you with calm, with steadiness, and though it's invisible, you can feel it beneath you, like energy underfoot, like trust that carries weight. You remember now a dream you had, a wish, something that once felt far away. And tonight, you thank it early, like a letter mailed to the future. Thank you for arriving. Thank you for choosing me. Thank you for already knowing your way here. The ladder glows beneath your feet, and you rest in that glow, not climbing, not striving, just rising because your heart is light. Even your cells feel it. How appreciation turns on the light within. How it turns your vibration from silent to symphonic. And now, in this glowing symphony of thanks, you look back not in regret, but in reverence. You thank the old you, the you who kept going, the you who tried, the you who cried and still showed up. You send them love. You wrap them in warmth, because every version of you brought you to this one. And this one right here, right now, is glowing. You rest your hands on your belly or maybe over your heart, and you say one last soft thing tonight. I am grateful to be me. You don't say it to convince yourself. You say it because tonight it feels true. The ladder carries you higher still, but you're no longer thinking about elevation. You're just resting in the soft arms of appreciation. No need to chase, no need to reach. You are already aligned. And now, as the stars blink quietly above, as your breath slows into lullaby rhythm, you feel one more thing rising in you. A sense that tomorrow will offer something lovely, something unexpected, something new to think. But for now, you stay here on the step you're on. It is enough. And as you settle into the shimmer, you feel the hint of something just beyond this moment, something waiting to echo your thanks. It is so quiet now, not empty, just full of peace. Kind of quiet that only comes after you've remembered how blessed you truly are. Your body rests. Your breath is soft, and around you, the room feels like a cocoon of warmth, not because anything changed, but because you changed your focus. Gratitude has opened the door. And tonight, as you drift deeper into rest, the universe begins to whisper back. You've thanked, you've noticed, you've softened. And now you begin to receive, not with hands stretched outward, not with effort or strain, but with the simplest act of all, allowing. You're not reaching for blessings, you're becoming a landing place for them. And one by one, they begin to arrive, not with thunder, but with silence, not with urgency, but with grace. They enter the room of your awareness the same way moonlight enters the sea, quiet, silver, calm. This is the echo of receiving, the return song of every thank you you've ever whispered. Each one sent out into the night, each one carried by frequency, and now each one finds its way home. You feel it first in your chest. That glowing ember from before is now a gentle warmth spreading through you. You don't question it, you simply allow it. Because that's what receiving is. Not a task, not a goal, just a state, a soft, receptive state that says, I trust, I am open, I am ready. And so the universe responds. You may not see it yet, but you feel it. A presence, a pull, a knowing that something beautiful is already unfolding in the unseen. All you had to do was thank it before it arrived. Now it comes, like sunlight after winter, like a letter that finally reaches its address, like a ripple that returns as a wave. This is the echo, and it always answers. You remember now everything you've ever appreciated has moved toward you in its own time. That smile you received, that coincidence that helped, that person who showed up when you most needed light. You didn't chase them, you aligned with them, and tonight you align again. You imagine your energy as a soft golden field, wide open, gentle, inviting, not a magnet pulling with need, but a light drawing in what matches its glow, and the law of attraction responds. Because what is like attracts like, and gratitude is the energy of having, of wholeness, of enoughness, and what feels like enough calls more of itself. You don't need to get, you only need to become. And tonight, you have become the receiver, the channel, the fertile ground, the open gate. The blessings are not far. They are in the room already, in the field, in the frequency. You feel them approaching, like stars slowly becoming visible at dusk. Not rushing, not screaming, just arriving, and you say, softly, thank you for hearing me, thank you for remembering me, thank you for choosing me. The blessings pause, they nod, and they begin to land, some in dreams, some in sleep, some in tomorrow's quiet surprises, because receiving is not one moment, it is a rhythm. It is a conversation. You spoke your thanks, now life answers in form. You notice it now, how you no longer feel desperate, how you no longer cling, because you've remembered the more you appreciate, the more you receive. And what's even more beautiful, the more you receive, the more you want to appreciate. The echo repeats over and over. Thank you, you're welcome. Thank you, here it is. The energy around you feels different now, more alive, more attuned, more generous. Because the universe is generous to the ones who notice, and you have noticed. Not once, not briefly, but deeply. And now the echo returns with hands full. You imagine it now, a stream of light flowing toward your heart, not blinding, not loud, just pure, soft receiving. You don't need to ask, you don't even need to name it. It already knows. It knows your desires, your hopes, your whispered wishes. It knows the prayers you didn't speak out loud, the dreams you folded inside journals, the longings that showed up in tears and breath and stillness, and it brings what is aligned. Always what you thought you wanted, but always what your soul is ready for. In you are ready now. You let go, you aligned, you thanked, you softened, you let gratitude build the bridge, and now you feel the footsteps crossing it. Receiving is not loud, it is not demanding. It is the most peaceful thing in the world. And tonight, you allow it. You become the one who trusts that the return is inevitable. You lie still, but inside, your energy is in motion. It is saying yes, yes to the good, yes to the more, yes to the ease. You say, soft as mist, I am open to all that is meant for me. I am open to gentle miracles. I am open to the answers I didn't know I needed. And something opens wider inside you, a portal, a door, a window to a new reality already built and now slowly turning to face you. You remember, you are not here to earn, you are here to align. And alignment means appreciation, and appreciation leads to abundance. And abundance has always been yours. You see now that your gratitude was not just a vibration, it was a signal. A homing beacon calling back the energy you had once sent out, and now it returns. You picture it, a golden thread woven from every kind thought, every brave act, every small moment you chose peace. And that thread pulls toward you blessings that have your name written on them. Not because you begged, but because you became the one who is grateful, and so you became the one who receives. Let that truth echo through your whole body now. Let it ring like a soft bell in your chest. Let it vibrate in your bones. I receive with peace. I receive with ease. I receive because I remembered to thank God. You are the light now, the magnet, the open vessel, the temple of receiving. No longer doubting, no longer resisting, no longer questioning. You simply allow. You trust that the echo will return again and again, that the more you thank, the more the universe answers, yes, beloved, yes, and now. You drift not away, but deeper into the soft dream of a life unfolding gently, of a world becoming sweeter, of a heart finally knowing I do not have to chase, I do not have to prove, I do not have to fight, I simply have to feel, to notice, to thank, and receive. The glow from your chest spreads softly into the dark, and in its wake, more blessings begin to arrive, quiet, steady, real. You smile in your sleep. You know something good is coming. You know something good is already here. Already here. And that knowing echoes into the night, being around you like the softest blanket or promise whispered not in words, but in energy. Just before sleep takes you fully, you feel a new breath rise, and a new chapter beginning to hum in the space beyond dreaming. There is something in your hands. You can't see it clearly, but you feel the tension in your fingers, the slight ache in your grip. You've been holding tightly to outcomes, to timelines, to the ache of needing to know God. But tonight, in this gentle hour between day and dream, you are ready not to fight what is, but to free what never needed gripping. You don't have to force your way forward. You don't have to carry the weight any longer. You are the feather now, soft, sacred, light. And just like that, you begin to let go of control. Let go of how it must happen, let go of when, let go of who. The wind has always known the way. It only waited for you to stop holding, a breath in, a breath out, and like a hand unclenching, your spirit releases that. There is no collapse, no fall, only floating. You do not drop, you drift, gently like a feather falling backward into the breeze. You begin to realize you were never meant to hold it so tightly. The dream, the past, the pressure, it was never yours to cage. It was yours to love, to release, to trust that, and now you do. With every exhale, you loosen your grip on the way it should be. You surrender the mental list. You stop negotiating with the unknown. You rest instead, and in that rest, peace begins to find you. It doesn't knock loudly. It doesn't demand your attention. It simply arrives when the tension leaves. Letting go isn't about giving up. It's about giving in to the current, to the timing, to the intelligence of the universe that already knows the route. You don't have to map it. You only have to trust it. And you do, right now, right here. The air around you grows softer. The bed beneath you feels deeper. The world around you slows until it hums in harmony with your heart. Your breath lengthens. Inside that breath, you feel something, a sensation you almost forgot. Ease is not laziness. Ease is alignment, and letting go is what brings it home. You are no longer trying to swim upstream. You are floating, trusting, letting the river of life carry you where effort never could. And that river, it does not need pushing. It only needs permission. Tonight, you give it. You stop asking, when will it happen? How will it come? Why hasn't it arrived? And instead, you whisper to the stars, I trust, that's all. Not I understand, not I know. Just, I trust that, and the stars smile back. Because that's the key, that's the unlocking. The moment the feather falls, the wind can finally lift it. You feel lighter already. Not because anything changed outside you, but because something softened within. You're no longer gripping the edge of the story. You're turning the page. You're letting go of who didn't choose you, of what didn't work out. The outcome that never matched your mind's design. And in that release, you open space. You open your hands, your heart, your path. Now, something new can enter. Not because you chased it, but because you invited it with stillness, with surrender. With softness. Letting go is not an act of weakness. It is the highest act of wisdom. It says, I do not need to fight what flows. I do not need to control what already knows how to bloom. And bloom it will. Maybe not today. Maybe not in the way you once pictured, but in a way that honors your truest self. The one you almost forgot beneath all the striving. Now she breathes again. He breathes again. You breathe again. The part of you that knows peace is more powerful than pressure. That clarity comes in silence. That love comes in surrender. And as the feather drifts, so do you, away from timelines. Away from struggle, away from needing to know. You don't need to know, you only need to allow. You imagine now a golden thread attached to the thing you once chased. And as you loosen your hold, you see that the thread doesn't vanish. It floats. It expands. It dances with the wind. And it begins to return to you, not because you held it, but because you trusted it would. The law of attraction does not respond to urgency. It responds to resonance, and surrender is the truest resonance of trust. You are not blocking now. You are receiving because you are not afraid to not know. You know enough. You know that the universe loves you, that what is meant for you can't miss you, that letting go is not losing. It is letting life lead. And life has a better plan than your fear ever did. You drift further, eyes closed, heart open, body light, like a feather on its way home. You are not lost. You are in flight, lifted by faith, not by force. And in this moment, you feel something else, the quiet arrival of peace. It doesn't burst in. It doesn't announce itself. It wraps around you like a mother's arms, like a warm tide, like the hush before a miracle. You are not asking anymore. You are allowing. Praying out of desperation, but from knowing. You say softly, I release. This to the highest good. I trust the unfolding. I let go with love. And the breeze carries your words into a sky that has already said yes. Yes to the dream. Yes to the healing. Yes to the unfolding that begins only where your gripping ends. Letting go is a kind of birth. Releasing of the shell so the light can grow. You are not empty. You are becoming. And even now, as you drift between breath and dream, you can feel it, that sacred space opening inside you. The space where peace can live, where clarity can land, where everything you've been calling in can finally feel safe to arrive. Because you're no longer trying to control it. You're no longer measuring or managing or molding it. You're letting it become what it was always meant to be. And that is enough. You are enough. Let yourself feel it. Feel the space. Feel the air move more freely around you. Feel your soul sigh as it lays down the weight. You don't have to hold the story. It holds you. You don't have to fix the path. It already knows where it leads. You are the feather, and the wind has always been waiting. Let go. Just a little more now. Just a breath deeper. Just a thought softer. Just a heartbeat slower. And listen. Do you hear that? The silence after surrender. The hum of alignment. The whisper of peace finding you again. You are not broken. You are becoming whole by releasing what was never yours to carry. Let it float, let it fall, let it fly. The feather doesn't fear the wind, it trusts it, and so can you. So you do. And as you drift deeper now, into a sleep that feels like a promise, you feel something begin to carry you. You are not falling, you are floating, and the current beneath you is no longer something to fight. It is something to trust. Tonight, you remember. You were never meant to paddle against the river of life. You were always meant to rest in it, to let it carry you softly, wisely, precisely to where your soul already belongs. The current does not rush. It does not crash. It does not demand. It simply flows. And tonight, you flow with it. Letting go was the beginning, but now you surrender deeper. You no longer just release the weight. You become the water. There is no struggle now, no mental gymnastics, no clinging to plans, people, or promises, only the gentle glide of surrender. And in this glide, you feel peace in places you forgot existed. The back of your mind, the corners of your chest, the space between your thoughts, they all begin to soften. Because finally, you stop resisting the flow. The universe is a river, and it knows the way. It always did. It only waited for you to stop fighting its current. And now, you lie there. Eyes closed, body relaxed, and you imagine it, a gentle river beneath you, warm and glowing, wide and endless, flowing through the center of your life. You're cradled in it, not drowning, floating, not forced, held. This river is not made of water. It is made of energy, of alignment, of divine timing, of ease. And it whispers to you now, let me carry you. You do not need to push, you only need to trust. So you do. You exhale fully, and with that exhale, your whole being says yes, yes to the surrender, yes to the guidance, yes to being supported. You don't have to have it all figured out. You don't have to control every detail, because there's something bigger than you that has always been steering the course, and now you finally let it. You trust that this river is wise. It has already rounded every bend, navigated every obstacle. It knows exactly how to take you from where you are to where you're meant to be. Not faster, not harder, just smoother, more soulfully. You're beginning to feel the true nature of surrender, not as giving up, but as finally being held. You're being carried. Carried is such a sacred thing. It means you don't have to keep paddling through exhaustion. It means the energy of the universe supports you even when your feet don't know where to step. So you stop stepping, you stop striving, you simply float. You release your questions into the water. What's next? Will I be okay? Did I do enough? And the river carries those questions away. It doesn't need answers because it is the answer. And you are safe here. No longer pulled in different directions. No longer split between fear and faith. Just one direction now with the flow. And what a beautiful direction that is. You feel yourself aligning with life itself. No longer a visitor in your own story, but a current within it you are part of. The movement, part of the rhythm, part of the great unfolding, and in this space, miracles happen quietly. They don't arrive with fireworks, they arrive like waves, soft, steady, so natural you almost miss them until one day you look around and realize you have arrived somewhere you once only dreamed of. And it was the river that brought you there, not because you fought, but because you flowed. You are in harmony now with your breath, with your body, with your becoming. You no longer feel urgency, only presence, only now. You are not rushing toward the future. You are being pulled into it gently, gracefully. And it feels good. It feels like being home without needing an address. It feels like being enough without doing more. It feels like love, because surrender is love. It is loving yourself enough to stop carrying burdens you were never meant to bear. It is loving life enough to let it move through you instead of around you. You rest deeper now. Current softens even more. You are being rocked like a child in the arms of the divine. There's nothing to hold, nothing to chase, nothing to fear. Just flow. You are not failing. You are floating, and the current is strong enough to carry you through it all. Even when you feel still, you are moving. Even when you feel stuck, life is flowing beneath the surface. Even when you sleep, the river works on your behalf. There is no pause in energy, only shifts, only transitions, only realignments, and the more you surrender, the more the river knows what to bring you. You don't have to speak it aloud. You don't have to pray it perfectly. Your frequency is enough. Your trust is enough. Your softness is enough. You let go of the shore now, the shore of control, the shore of planning, the shore of should. You release it all and let the river carry you to where love already lives. Love you must earn, but love that already belongs to you. You are not alone in this current. Others are flowing too, some beside you, some ahead, some not even aware yet that they too are being carried. But you are awake to it now. Awake to the river, awake to the peace, awake to the beauty of not having to steer. Let yourself drift even deeper, and as you do, you begin to feel it. The arrival of something unseen, an opportunity. A moment, a feeling you hadn't yet imagined. You don't chase it, you don't grasp, you stay open. And the river brings it closer each time you trust a little more. You whisper now, soft as your heartbeat. I don't need to control it. I allow myself to be carried. I am safe in the flow. You say it again, and each time, your body melts further into the current. Your shoulders soften. Your jaw releases. Your mind quiets, because you remember now, letting go doesn't mean losing. It means making room. Room for answers, room for ease, room for what is trying to find you. You no longer block it with resistance, with worry, with needing to know. You are the open sky now, and the river flows through you like wind, like grace, like soft momentum. And somewhere in the distance you feel the sense of arrival, not quite here, but on its way, guided by the same current you finally learn to trust. You don't reach for it. You smile and let it come, and as your consciousness drifts into a soft sleep, you know the river will carry you further still, past fear, past doubt, into the sacred space where everything unfolds. The river has carried you through stillness, through softness, through surrender. And now, you arrive, not to a destination of form, but to a state, a gentle open space where receiving begins. There is no gate to pass through, no sign to signal that you've made it, but something inside you knows you've entered the sacred clearing, the quiet place where manifestations bloom. You're not doing, you're being, and in this beingness, you become magnetic. The space is open now, not because you forced it, but because you released what once filled it. The questions, the timelines, the expectations you clung to so tightly, all of them dissolved. And in their absence, there is room. Room for alignment, room for love, room for the universe to step in and finally do what it's always longed to do. Surprise you with softness, gift you with grace, meet you where you are. You are no longer resisting. You are no longer crowding the field with thoughts of how or when. You are the empty garden bed, the fertile earth, the soft soil. And now the seeds can grow. In this moment, you realize something. Manifestation was never about grabbing. It was about making space. And now that you have, you feel the beginnings of arrival, not as thunder, but as whispers. A subtle shift in the air, a lightness in your chest, a sense that something new is near. You don't rush to meet it. You don't call it by name. You simply stay open, open to its form, open to its timing. something better than you ever imagined, because, as the nature of surrender, it doesn't just invite the dream. It invites the highest version of it, the one crafted not by ego, but by alignment, not by force, but by flow. You are no longer the architect. You are the sanctuary. And into your sanctuary, the blessings begin to walk, soft-footed, unhurried, sure. They don't need your control. They only need your readiness, and you are ready. You feel it in your spine, in your breath, in the way your body now rests without tension, in the way your mind now opens without clinging. You are not empty. You are available, available to be met, available to be guided, available to be filled by the very things that have been circling your field for so long. And now, with your defenses lowered, they find a way in. The love you've been calling in, it feels you now. The opportunity you once chased, it hears. Your silence and steps forward. The answer you ask for, it echoes into the stillness. Because what you chase runs, but what you make space for arrives. You breathe deeper, not from need, but from knowing there is a difference. And tonight, you live in that difference. You are not afraid of the void anymore. You understand it now. The void is not a punishment. It is preparation. It is the breath before the song, the silence before the spark, the pause where possibility gathers itself into something real. In you are standing in the center of it. Not demanding, not despairing, just receiving. This is how the law of attraction was always meant to work. You become, you align, you trust, you clear space, and then it arrives. In its own way, in its own time, in its own perfect form. You don't have to script it. You don't have to chase it. You only have to welcome it. And that's what this space is, a welcome. A soft yes, a quiet readiness, a knowing that doesn't shout, but hums like a song only your soul can hear. You feel it now, the subtle sense that life is about to meet you halfway, not because you've earned it, but because you've matched it, matched its frequency, matched its openness, matched its willingness to be good to you. And now you relax even more, because this space, this inner spaciousness is the invitation. Let it echo with yes, let it glow with gratitude. Let it hold what is forming. You don't need to name it. You don't even need to picture it. Just feel the truth of its nearness. The soft rush of something beautiful finally finding room to land. You whisper, not from longing, but from joy. I am ready. I am open. I am the space where it arrives. You feel it ripple outward, that soft declaration. And you smile, because it's already enough. The signal has been sent. The field is clear. And arrival is inevitable. Let the universe fill in the rest. Let life surprise you. Let your sleep tonight be a doorway through which dreams cross quietly into the waking world. Not through force, through flow, not through action, through availability. You've done your part, and now you drift, not toward effort, not toward answers, but into a deeper peace than you've known in a long time. The kind that comes when you know you are done holding, done chasing, done controlling. You are not empty, you are ready. And what is meant for you, hears that clearly now. You rest, you breathe, you become still, and in that stillness you feel it all beginning, the sacred arrival, the echo becoming form, the gift, already en route. And as your breath becomes softer still, as sleep folds itself around you, you understand you were never meant to catch the dream. You were only meant to clear the space for it to walk in, and now it does, unseen, unhurried, inevitable. As you fall into sleep, you fall into surrender. You fall into trust. You fall into the very arms of all you've been calling in. And somewhere in the soft beyond, it is falling gently toward you. No effort now, no fear. Only the sacred space where it arrives. You've been taught to chase, to hustle, to hurry, to strive, to grip tightly and call it ambition. But tonight, something inside you exhales, something deeper, wiser, remembers a truth that's been waiting quietly in your soul. Money does not rush, it listens, it responds, and it loves to flow where it feels safe. So tonight, you become safety. You become calm. You become the place where money wants to rest. No more chasing, no more begging, no more proving. Just ease, just energy, just an invitation whispered through stillness. You lie back. Your body melts into the mattress. The air around you becomes softer. Your breath moves like water, smooth and steady. And money begins to feel you differently. You're not trying to convince it anymore. You're not screaming, I need you. You're whispering something more powerful. I welcome you. That shift from lack to invitation is everything, because Money is not a god, it's not a prize, it's not a finish line. It's energy, it's emotion, it's love wearing the form of paper, metal, or digits on a screen. And like all loving energy, it seeks resonance. It comes where it's respected, where it's received, where it's not treated like a savior or a stranger, but like a friend. Tonight, you make peace with money. You don't command it, you commune with it. You speak to it softly inside your heart, and it hears you. You say, "Money, I no longer fear you. I no longer resent you. I no longer chase you like a shadow that won't stay. I sit still, and I let you find me." And money smiles, because this is what it has always wanted. To be welcomed, to be honored, to be trusted. Not as the answer, but as a reflection, because money is just a mirror. It shows you what you believe. It echoes how you feel. And tonight you feel calm, you feel open, you feel safe. And money notices. It begins to move in your direction. Not in a sprint, but in a graceful dance. Not from force, but from frequency. Because money responds to energy. And your energy tonight is saying, "I am worthy, I am ready, I am not afraid to be supported." You breathe into that worth. You let it settle in your bones. You feel it in your spine, your chest, your fingertips. It hums beneath your skin. Not the kind of worth that has to shout, but the kind that is quiet, unshakable, real. Your worth does not chase, it magnetizes, it draws in. And money, sensitive as moonlight, feels that pull. You are no longer desperate, you are receptive. And receptivity is a doorway through which wealth walks gently in. You imagine now a warm golden current around you. It flows without pushing, it glows without burning. This is the currency of calm, a place where money becomes soft, where it is no longer war, but welcome, where you are not pleading for more, but thanking what already exists, because you have more than you've noticed. And tonight you begin to see it, not just in your bank account, but in your breath, in your home, in your gifts, in your ability to pause and receive this very moment. That is wealth. That is abundance. That is proof you are already living in flow. And flow attracts more flow. You whisper, "Thank you, money, for all the ways you've already shown up. Thank you for the rent that's been paid. Thank you for the meals I've eaten. Thank you for the unexpected gifts, the small miracles, the support I didn't even notice at the time." You don't say it from pressure, you say it from truth. And truth draws energy, draws attention, draws in the next wave. Money is not the goal, it is the reflection of ease, of value, of belief. And tonight, your belief is soft and steady. You don't doubt your worth, you don't doubt your path, you don't doubt the timing. You just relax and allow the current to rise. You begin to visualize a gentle stream of light entering your space. It doesn't burst in. It arrives like dust, quiet, golden, loving. This stream is money energy, loving, non-judgmental, drawn to your calm like bees to nectar. You feel it now, a soft buzzing in your palms, a warmth in your solar plexus, a spark behind your ribs. You are becoming magnetic, not because you're shouting abundance into the void, but because you are finally living it. You no longer feel lack as your own frequency. You feel sufficiency, you feel receiving, you feel readiness. You say it again softly, gently, "Money, I'm no longer afraid of you. You are safe with me. You are welcome, not worshipped, honored, not hoarded." And in those words, a shift occurs. You become a sanctuary, a sacred space where money is not feared, but partnered with God. No longer an enemy, no longer a ghost, but a presence, gentle, generous, familiar. You feel it now, how the calm changes everything, how silence speaks louder than striving, how ease becomes your most potent currency. Money listens to the stillness. It loves this version of you, the one who doesn't need to prove, only to allow, the one who knows they are enough before the next deposit lands, the one who trusts that being in alignment is the only strategy that matters. You breathe deeper. Your mind slows and you let the image form, you sitting in the center of a beautiful room. No tension, no plans, just peace. And through every window, breeze brings wealth, not just in money, but in support, in ideas, in people, in timing, in openings you never could have orchestrated. You don't try to hold it all. You simply open your hands. You don't track each penny, you trust each current. Because money moves like water, and you are no longer building dams, you are building channels. Channels made of joy, of service, of ease, of yes. You fall deeper into your breath, deeper into your body, deeper into the energy that now now surrounds you like silk, like sunlight. You are the magnet now, and you don't even have to move. Money knows where to find you, because money responds to clarity, not pressure. It flows where it's loved, not chased. And you love it now. Not with obsession, with openness. Not with need. The neutrality, not as something outside of you, but something you are in harmony with. You whisper once more, like a prayer, like a lullaby. Money, I am calm in your presence. I do not fear your coming or your going. I trust that you arrive in divine rhythm. I trust that my worth calls you gently, endlessly, home. And as you drift now into the soft space between thought and sleep, you feel the truth settle inside your chest. You never had to chase, you only had to match. And now, you match the calm, you match the current, you match the abundance, and money feels it. And like all energy that longs to be received, it begins to arrive, slowly, surely, lovingly. Because tonight you finally became the calm it was always looking for. You are still glowing. The calm has not faded, it has deepened. It moves through you now, not just as peace, but as presence. You no longer feel like someone chasing abundance. You feel like someone carrying it, living it, becoming it. And so the stream begins. It starts quietly beneath the surface of your awareness. A trickle of warmth at the center of your being, a shimmer in the space around you. This is overflow. Not a flood, not a force. A steady, sacred stream of money energy rising from within, responding to your new frequency. You do not grasp for it. You do not command it. You allow it. Because overflow does not come from effort. It comes from openness, and you are open. You've stopped measuring what's missing. You've started witnessing what's rising, and what a shift that is. Tonight, money no longer feels distant. It feels intimate. It feels natural. Like a river finding its path through a softened, welcoming landscape. You feel the first drops now. Not as coins or numbers, but as a sensation, a tingling in your palms, a warmth in your belly, a soft hum in your heart. This is what it feels like to begin overflowing. You're not pouring from an empty cup. You're receiving as you give, resting as you attract, glowing as you grow. You picture it clearly now, a stream of golden light flowing gently through your room, through your body, through your life. It doesn't push, it flows. It doesn't demand, it offers. You are the vessel. You are the streamed. You are the invitation, and the money, it comes, not in a rush, in a rhythm that matches your breath, a rhythm that feels like ease. This is not a moment of receiving. This is a state, a vibration, a new home frequency. You repeat softly, I live in overflow. I do not chase money, I channel it. It flows through me and toward me in perfect timing. Each word becomes a stone in the riverbed, guiding the current with trust. You are not trying to own the stream. You are part of it, and that is well. You see it now. Overflow is not just more. It is aligned more that matches your peace, more that honors your soul, more that shows up not to fix you, but to express you. This is why it flows now, because you are not using money to fill a hole. You are using it to expand your wholeness, and so the stream deepens. It moves through your choices. It hums through your decisions. It trickles into places where lack once lingered, and those places soften. The parts of you that used to panic, they quiet. The thoughts that used to grasp, they relax. You've remembered. Money doesn't come from force, it comes from frequency. And overflow happens when your frequency says, I am not afraid. I am not in lack. I am in flow. You smile now, because you are. You can feel it. The way your life responds differently when you release resistance. You used to think overflow meant working more, proving more, performing more. But now you see overflow means trusting more, resting more, allowing more. The stream you feel now is not something outside of you. It is you. You are not separate from the abundance. You are its source, its steward, its mirror. And this stream has been waiting to move through someone who knows how to hold it with grace. And now you do. You are not afraid of receiving anymore. You know it doesn't take from others. You know the stream is infinite. You know what flows to you flows through you, to those you love, to the world you serve, to the life you're building in peace. You are not greedy. You are generous, because true generosity begins with someone who knows how to overflow. You repeat gently, it is safe to have more. It is safe to receive fully. It is safe to be supported by money. And each affirmation carves a deeper path for the stream to follow. The river trusts you now. It doesn't trickle in out of fear. It flows in bold and kind because you've made space. Not through struggle, through softness. You are not clenching, you are cupping, your hands are open. Your heart is clear, your energy is magnetic. And the money, it keeps coming. Through ideas, through people, through quiet alignments you don't even see yet. You don't need to figure it out. You only need to feel it in motion. Feel the way your life is already adjusting. Feel the way opportunities are inching closer. Feel the way old limits are melting quietly, gently, effortlessly. This is the stream of overflow. It does not knock down doors. It opens windows. It warms the soil. It lets the harvest arrive without rush. You are in no hurry because you trust the rhythm now. The same rhythm the trees trust. The same rhythm the stars honor. The same rhythm money has always moved in, beneath the noise, beneath the fear. And now you're finally moving with it. You whisper again, not to call it in, but to affirm its presence. I am overflowing in peace. Money flows to me because I am aligned. There's more than enough, and you feel it. The shift from scarcity to sufficiency. You are not trying to have more to feel safe. You are feeling safe, and that's why more can come. You're not trying to force abundance through the door. You're leaving the door open, and abundance is already stepping through, softly, surely, lovingly. You do not block it with doubt. You do not confuse it with control. You trust it, and trust is overflow's favorite home. You breathe again, even deeper. Now, your body relaxes, your field opens. Your being becomes a stream for everything you've asked for, not because you begged, but because you align. Overflow is not a gift, it's a reflection, and now you are the mirror. You fall into sleep not as someone hoping, but as someone already receiving, and the stream continues, even while you dream, even while you rest. Because overflow doesn't stop when you stop working. It flows in rhythm with your rest, in harmony with your heart, in tune with your allowing. And tomorrow you'll see it more clearly, in the form it chooses, in the way it arrives, in the little winks from the universe that say, yes, this is the overflow you've become. But tonight you simply lie here and let it flow, not through force, through presence, through love, through the calm that made the way for it. You are in overflow now, and there's more coming still, because this is just a beginning. Something is growing softly, silently, surely beneath the surface of your awareness. You can't yet see it, but you can feel it, a blooming, a return, a reward, not from effort, but from energy. Tonight, you find yourself in a garden, not one built by labor, but by vibration, not one tilled with tools, but with belief. This is your abundance garden, and it is already alive. The soil was nourished by your calm. The seeds were planted in your thoughts. The sun came from your self-worth. And now the harvest begins, not in a rush, not in thunder, but in the quiet green of becoming. You don't have to force it to grow, you only have to let it. Because money energy is like a garden, it flourishes in consistency, in patience, in peace, and you have become all of those things. You no longer demand, you no longer beg. You simply expect in the softest way, the way flowers expect the sun, the way seeds trust the soil. The way love knows it will find its match. You lie here in your still body and feel the lushness expanding all around you. The garden is alive, not just with money, but with ease, with opportunities, with connections, with timing, with every aligned resource you could ever need. They grow here because you stopped doubting the ground. You stopped pulling up the roots to check if they were sprouting. You stopped questioning the rain. You let life do what it knows how to do, give. And now, you are receiving. You picture it now, a golden garden around you, lush with energy, warm with light, ripe with gifts. You don't need to harvest with force. The garden gives on its own. Every moment you trusted was water. Every thought of gratitude was sunlight. Every decision to rest instead of rush was a root growing deeper. And now you see the first fruits, a check you didn't expect, a client who just felt aligned, a gift, an idea, a chance, meeting. A yes that feels easy. It doesn't surprise you because you knew the soil was sacred. You knew your energy was fertile. You knew that sowing peace would always reap prosperity. And now you are reaping quietly, lovingly, in rhythm with your own worth. You smile and say, thank you, my energy, for staying faithful. Thank you, my mind, for finally resting. Thank you, my life, for blooming on time. The garden hears you, and it glows brighter. Because appreciation waters every corner. And what What is watered grows. You are not just receiving now, you are in relationship with abundance. You no longer treat money as an outsider. You've invited it home. And home is this garden. You let yourself walk through it. Not literally, but in your imagination, your heart's quiet theater. You see pots of gold dust. You see vines of glowing emerald. You see trees that bear the fruit of all you've aligned with. And every tree whispers the same thing. You didn't have to force this. You only had to become this. Your hands brush against soft petals, each one a manifestation. Each one grown from a vibration of love. You pick one, a small, glowing orb. It melts into your palm like light, and you understand this is a payment. This is a return. This is energy responding. Money doesn't just come from work. It comes from alignment. And alignment plants gardens in the unseen that bloom when you're finally still enough to receive them. You breathe deeply. You are more still now than you've ever been, and yet you feel more alive than ever. Because stillness is not stagnation. Stillness is signal. It tells the universe, I'm ready now. My soil is open. Let it grow, and grow it does. You don't need to chase anymore. You don't even need to visualize hard. You simply rest in the feeling of already having, already being supported, already being provided for, already being aligned on, and the garden responds with more. You say softly, thank you for paying me back. Thank you for remembering my energy. Thank you for growing what I once only dreamed of. The wind moves through the trees. You hear it say, there's more coming. There's always more, because the garden never runs out. The soil never closes. The abundance never ends. Not for those who know they are the ones who planted it. Not for those who learn to love the waiting as much as the bloom. You are one of them now. You know the rhythm. You speak the language. You feel the hum. This is the season of receiving, and it will last as long as you keep tending to your energy. Not with effort, but with honesty. Not with clarity, with softness, with appreciation. You say now, not out of need, but out of connection. Money, thank you for showing me who I am. Thank you for teaching me that I was never lacking. Thank you for blooming when I finally trusted the soil. The trees sway gently. The fruit glows and you see it. Not all abundance looks like cash. Some looks like confidence. Some looks like timing. Some looks like space to rest and not feel guilty for it. That's abundance too. That's money energy to dot in your garden. Holds all of it. You are wealthy now. Not just in resources, but in readiness. You know who you are. You know what you're worth. And the universe matches that knowing with the physical forms of support. You are not in drought. You are in harvest, and the harvest never ends when you let love be the sun and gratitude be the rain. You drift now, not into sleep, but into receiving, and they are the same. Because what you open to in sleep becomes what you open to in waking life. You dream now of more trees, more fruit, more golden streams through the roots of your garden. And you know, you don't have to pick them all at once. You don't have to hoard or hurry. The garden gives forever, and you are always welcome here. This is your reward. This is your mirror. This is your money, returning home to its calm, its source, its sanctuary, you. And as the night deepens, as the stars blink above your garden's glow, you whisper one final truth into the soft, fertile dark. I have become the garden, and I will never chase again. You smile, you rest, you receive, because now the garden pays you back. You've tried reaching, stretching outward, sending text after text into silence, telling the universe you're ready through actions that felt more like effort than alignment. But tonight, something shifts. Not in your phone, not in the world, but in your heart. You stop chasing, you stop searching. You stop spinning the same questions in circles in your mind. And in that stop, you begin. Because stillness is not absence. Stillness is signal. When you become quiet inside, you become visible, not to the noise, but to love. Real love. Aligned love. The kind that listens for soul instead of sound. And tonight, you are heard. You lie down. Let your body soften. Let your thoughts float like feathers. This is your signal now. This peace, this letting go, this glow that begins from within, just under your chest, where longing used to live. There's no longing now, only light. The light that doesn't blink, but hums steady and quiet, like a beacon built not of effort, but of essence. You are no longer saying, come find me. You are being found, because love doesn't respond to noise. It responds to resonance. It responds to openness. It responds to stillness that says, I am not trying to be seen. I am simply allowing myself to shine dot and shine you do dot. Your heart glows now, not in desperation, but in invitation, the kind that whispers, I am already whole. I am already love. And if you find me, it is not to complete me, but to join me. To join me. You feel it, a soft light radiating from your chest, spilling into the room, into the field, into the frequency where love lives. You are not calling someone's name, you are calling their soul. Not through words, but through being. You've turned your love inward first, and that changes everything. Because the more you feel it for yourself, the more others feel it too. Not because you reached them, but because your stillness became signal, stillness that says, I no longer need to chase. I no longer need to convince. I am here, and I am ready, ready to be seen without performance, ready to be chosen without shrinking, ready to be loved because you finally loved yourself enough to stop running. You breathe deeper now. Your body responds, even your cells begin to soften because they've been listening too. And now, they receive the message. It's safe to rest. It's safe to wait. It's safe to let love come. And it will, because love is always seeking resonance. Not perfection, not pleasing, but presence, and you are fully here now. You close your eyes and begin to feel the edges of your own energy. Not hard, not armored, but open and clear and golden. This is how you look to the kind of love you've always longed for. Not when you're trying, but when you're true. And you are true tonight, true in your breath, true in your peace, true in the way you stopped hiding behind hopes and started standing in self-choosing. You're not invisible, you just used to glow in someone else's direction. Now your light shines inward, and from that place others begin to see. You imagine it now, a string of light connecting your heart to a distant one. Not in desperation, but in resonance. It glows with a pulse. Your pulse, your signal, saying, if you are ready, you will find me. If you can meet me in peace, we will meet. If you to have quieted the noise, you will hear my heart calling. You don't know where they are. You don't have to, because the energy is already moving, already matching, already listening, and they feel it wherever they are. A warmth on their skin, a softness in their chest, a tug in the soul that says someone has stopped chasing. Someone has become light. Someone is ready for me. You don't rush this moment, you rest in it. Because resting is what created the space, and space is what made the signal strong. You whisper now, to yourself more than anyone else, I am love. I am seen. I am open, and I am safe to receive. You don't need to repeat it with force. You don't need to believe it perfectly. You only need to feel the shift it creates inside you. That shift from reaching to radiating, from wanting to welcoming, from waiting to being found. You're not empty, you're luminous. You are not looking for love, you are already living in it. Because this signal began the moment you turned inward and said, I'm here. That declaration, that softness, that stillness became the beacon, and now that light travels. It echoes into the night, into the world, into every frequency where aligned hearts live. You imagine the signal now, a soft gold, moving in waves, reaching the hearts who match it. Not by accident, not by luck, but by law. The law of attraction doesn't listen to words, it listens to being. And tonight, your being is at rest, at peace, in power, and love hears you. You feel it now, the possibility, not in a specific face, but in a soft certainty that someone is on their way. Not because you wrote the perfect affirmation, not because you manifested in desperation, but because you became still enough to be seen. You are not invisible when you are still, you are radiant. Stillness is what shows the world your glow. Stillness is what makes the right love feel your presence, because the right one isn't listening to noise. They are listening for peace, for frequency, for truth. And now you match. You fall deeper now into your breath, into your body, into your soul, soft knowing. Love is not something to earn. Love is something to allow. And tonight you allow. You let it move toward you without force. You let your signal carry through silence. You let your energy do the work, because that's all it takes. You don't need to chase what is yours. You only need to shine softly, truly, calmly, and the one who can see that light will. You don't control the timing. You don't need to, because trust makes waiting feel like preparation, and you are preparing now. Not in your to-do list, but in your energy, in your essence, in your calm. This is the beginning. The quiet moment before the recognition. Where two hearts begin to move, not by search, but by signal. And in your stillness, you become visible. Let it glow, let it shine, let it call without sound. And let sleep take you now, wrapped in the warmth of your own invitation, whispering across time and space to the one who's ready to hear it. There is a mirror inside you. It does not hang on a wall. It is not made of glass. It is made of belief. And tonight it becomes clear, not because someone else sees you, but because you do, because you stop asking love to arrive to prove your worth. And instead, you remember that you were worthy before love ever knocked. This is the sacred reversal, the place where magnetism begins, because love doesn't come to fix you, to fill you, to complete you. It comes because you finally saw your own reflection clearly and glowed with the knowing that you are already whole tonight. You breathe into that knowing, not with a declaration, but with a breath, a sigh, a soft, full-bodied yes. Yes to yourself, yes to your story. Yes to every moment that brought you here, even the lonely ones, because they soften you. They open the ground, they planted the seed of self-regard, and it begins to bloom. You lie here, your body resting in the quiet of deep self-return. Your heart is not begging anymore. It is witnessing its own glow, its own goodness. And in that witnessing, a new signal forms, not one of need, but of resonance. You see now that love doesn't respond to urgency, it responds to radiance. And radiance is born from someone who knows they are already lovable even before they are loved. You whisper now, I am worthy of love. Not someday, not when I'm better. Now, just as I am. Say it again, slowly, with your breath. I am worthy of love. Now, just as I am. And something in the mirror flickers, clears, becomes visible. You. Not the performance of you, not the version trying to be chosen, the real you, unpolished, unscripted, unshaken. You look beautiful here, because there's nothing you're hiding, nothing you're fixing, you're showing. And that is what love sees, that is what love comes for. Not perfection, but presence. You picture it now, your own reflection, not in a mirror on a wall, but in the eyes of love. And in those eyes, you are not lacking, you are not too much, you are not waiting to be fixed, you are enough, you are seen, you are chosen. First, by yourself. And that is the mirror. The world reflects your belief. The partners who enter your life will echo your own inner dialogue. And tonight, you change the dialogue from am I enough to I've always been enough. From why haven't they chosen me to have I fully chosen myself. From I hope I'm loved to I am love. And love is inevitable. You let those new words settle into your breath, into your cells, into the mirror that reflects outward from the energy you now emit. You feel it already, the soft magnetic pull. Not from a place of trying, from a place of truth, because love is drawn not to need, but to clarity. And clarity says, this is who I am, this is how I love, this is what I welcome. You don't need to be everything to everyone. You don't need to shrink or swell to match someone else's capacity. You only need to reflect what's already real, already radiant, already ready. You don't have to perform. You only have to remember that the most attractive thing you can be is someone who values their own presence, and you do now, here. Finally, you see your own softness and don't call it weakness. You see your own strength and don't fear it. Will scare someone away. You see your scars and know they are your roots. Not proof of damage, proof of depth. You are not the version of you that chased to feel chosen. You are the version who chooses first. And in that choice, love comes, not as a rescue, not as a reward, but as a reflection of the choice you already made within. You whisper again, so gently now, like a lullaby to your own heart. I am not waiting to be picked. I pick myself. And in that moment, a softness spreads through you. Your body unclenches. Your mind rests. Your soul becomes magnetic. You feel it, the echo of your energy moving outward into the field. You are no longer sending a signal of seeking. You are sending a signal of knowing. And knowing is everything. The universe hears that knowing. Love feels that knowing. And someone somewhere begins to turn toward it. Not because you asked them to, because your stillness became a lighthouse. And it said, this is who I am. If you are meant for me, you will see me. And they will. You don't need to convince anyone to love you. You only need to love yourself so clearly that anyone who can't see your light simply fades from view. You don't chase, you attract, because worthiness does not run. It rests. It glows, it waits, it trusts. You are trusting now, trusting that your love is not too much, not too soft, not too complicated. It is exactly right for someone who's been seeking the very mirror you now hold. Let your stillness reflect that truth. Let your breath be the signal. Let your heart stay open. Not because it's grasping, but because it's grateful. Because it's grateful. Grateful for this moment. Grateful for the self-choosing. Grateful for the quiet power of knowing who you are even before anyone else says it out loud. You don't need the echo to believe your own voice. You've heard it now. You believe it now. And when someone arrives, they'll find a mirror not cracked by waiting, but polished by wholeness. They'll see themselves in your calm, and they'll feel safe, drawn home. Not because you were the loudest, but because you were the clearest. That let your light keep humming. Let your worth keep rising. Let your energy say what words cannot. I am ready, because I already love who I've become. As sleep wraps around you, you don't wait, you don't reach. You simply rest, glowing, reflecting, becoming that until another heart sees the light and says, there you are. You smile, because you were always here. You are not waiting anymore. You are not striving, proving, or hoping in desperation. Tonight you are simply being. And in this being, love finds its way. That it doesn't come as a test. It doesn't arrive because you did enough. It arrives because you stopped trying to earn it. Because real love, true, magnetic, aligned love is not a reward. It is a reflection. And now that you've chosen yourself, now that you've stood still long enough to be seen, love comes, not rushed, not bargained, not forced. That it comes because the door is open and the room is warm. And your heart is finally at peace. That you lie here tonight, not longing, but ready. There is space now, not emptiness, not lack, but invitation, a soft clearing. In your field where something sacred can land, and it does. You feel the arrival long before it knocks, a shift in the air, a glow beneath your ribs, a sense that something is near, not because you summoned it, but because you matched it. This is what attraction really means, not running after, not convincing, just matching, softly, quietly, naturally. You whisper now, not into the world, but into yourself. I am ready for love that sees me, love that meets me, love that I don't have to earn. And that whisper becomes wind. It travels, carrying your calm, your clarity, your glow into the field where hearts find each other, not by chasing, but by resonance. You imagine it now, someone waking up in the middle of their night, feeling something new in the quiet. Tug, a softness, a magnetic pull. They don't know it yet, but they are responding to you. Not to a version of you that's trying, to the version that's resting, that's glowing, that's complete. And slowly, naturally, they begin to walk your way. You don't have to orchestrate the meeting. You don't have to plan the timing. You simply have to stay aligned. Because love finds its path when your energy is clear. It hears your quietest truths. It feels the pulse beneath your stillness, and it begins to move you closer, warmer, realer. You let yourself feel the approach, not with anxiety, but with trust. The kind of trust that doesn't check the time. Kind of trust that knows what's aligned cannot miss you. You say gently, I no longer chase love. I embody it. I no longer earn love. I receive it. I no longer beg for love. I become the space where it arrives, and your whole body responds. Like soil after rain, like skin under sunlight, like water opening for the moon. You are receptive now, not because you're finally perfect, but because you finally let go of needing to be. And that's when it happens, when you stop performing, when you stop adjusting your brightness, when you just exist in your truth. Love sees you, because real love isn't looking for masks. It's looking for mirrors, mirrors that reflect wholeness, softness, truth. And now, your mirror is polished. You see yourself clearly, and someone else will see you that way too. Not as potential, not as a project, but as presence, as peace. As home, you feel their energy now, not imagined, matched. They are calm, like you, they are full. Like you, they are waiting, not in lack, but in readiness, and soon the meeting will unfold. Not through drama, not through struggle, but through the simple miracle of recognition, a glance, a word, a timing that feels like music. You won't need to ask, is this it? Your heart will already know, because love feels like remembering. Like something that was always coming, even when you forgot to believe. And now you believe again. Not in a fantasy, in alignment. You're aligned, and love moves toward alignment like rivers toward the sea. You don't pull it in. You draw it in through your wholeness, your calm, your certainty that love is not something you earn. It is something you are. You don't need to convince love. You only need to receive it, and you do. Right now, in this breath, in this body, in this life, you receive the idea that love is not above you, not outside of you, not beyond you. It is beside you. It is within you. It is walking toward you even as you lie here, eyes closed, doing nothing at all. Because you've already done the only thing that matters. You've become the space where love wants to arrive. No tests, no performance, no trying to earn. Just presence, just peace, just truth. Let it come. Let it find you. Let it surprise you in the softest moment when you've forgotten to want and just remembered to be. You drift deeper now, not into waiting, but into welcoming, not into hoping, but into having. You don't reach for love anymore. You rest in it. You radiate it. You rise to meet it by sinking into yourself, and somewhere someone rises to feeling the pull, feeling the pulse, feeling you, because that's what arrival is. It is not the start. It is the recognition of what already exists, of what was, always on its way, and now it is near. You don't need to watch for it. You only need to stay open, because when love arrives, you'll already be home, waiting without need, welcoming without fear, glowing without reason, and they'll say, there you are, and you'll smile as if you'd always known, because you did. And now, as you rest, you don't chase, you don't seek, you don't grasp, you receive, because this is the arrival you no longer have to earn. Your eyes close, the outer world falls away, its edges softening, its sounds fading, its colors melting into darkness, and in that darkness, you begin to see, not with sight, but with soul, not with light, but with imagination. This is the art of visualization, the gentle power of the canvas that waits just behind your eyelids. Tonight, you do not sleep to forget, you sleep to create, because this space, this velvet inner theater, is where your future begins. No one else can see what you see here, but the universe does. The universe listens to the visions you paint in feeling. It watches what you believe in color. It responds to what you rehearse in silence. So now, take the brush. It's already in your hand. You've held it all along. You dip it not in paint, but in intention. A golden glow, a hum of certainty, a softness filled with trust, and you begin. You don't try to perfect the image. You don't rush to fill the page. You simply let the shapes form like clouds finding faces. The canvas is infinite. There's no edge, no corner too far, no dream too vivid. In you are free here. You paint not with effort, but with emotion, with focus, with surrender, and the first image appears. A scene from your future life, soft and familiar, like something half remembered from a dream that's coming true. What do you see? Where are you standing? Who are you with? How does it feel? Let the feeling paint first. Is it peace, freedom, joy, abundance, love? Let that emotion be the color. Let that feeling be the brush stroke. You don't need to know every detail. You only need to feel it. The home, the health, the laughter, the love, the financial ease, the unshakable. Calm. It's all here, not outside you, inside. You're not asking for this vision. You're being it. Your nervous system begins to believe. Your breath deepens. Your body responds. Because the subconscious mind does not know the difference between real and vividly imagined. And tonight, you make it real inside, so it can become real outside. You walk through the scene, not with force, with grace. You touch the doorknobs, feel the breeze, hear the footsteps, taste the coffee, smell the sunlight on your skin, every sense activated, every fiber tuned to the vibration of already died, not someday, not maybe. Already died. This is not make-believe. This is energetic rehearsal, and every time you play this vision, not to get it, but to feel it, you move it closer. The universe sees you, not pleading, not pushing, but aligning. You are calibrating to the future you desire by embodying it. Now in the sacred space behind your closed eyes, let the scene evolve. Let it surprise you. Let it move without your control, because sometimes the highest version of your dream looks different than you imagined but feels exactly like home. You are not scripting. You are surrendering to clarity, and that clarity paints with the most elegant precision. You see a version of yourself strong, soft, radiant. They look back at you with the calm of someone who made it. They smile, not to prove, just to be. This is the you who knows how it all worked out, and they are not in a rush, because they live in the vibration of trust. Ask them now in your mind, how did it happen? They laugh gently and answer without words. You imagine it before it came. You became it before you touched it. You trusted trusted it into existence. You feel their hand in yours now. Warm, real, grounded. This is not fantasy, this is alignment. And this vision is your offering to the quantum field. Not a wish, not a hope, but a frequency. And the field responds. It rearranges the timing, the people, the opportunities to match the signal you've just sent. All while you rest, all while you sleep, all while you become. You stay in the vision, you breathe in the colors, you float in the feeling, you relax into the rhythm. The future isn't chasing you. It's magnetized to the you who already lives inside this scene. So stay here a little longer. Walk barefoot on this timeline. Run your fingers over the life that's already vibrating in your field. You feel it now, not a pull, but a pulse. The heartbeat of what's coming, the echo of what's already yours. This is how you create it. Not through control, through consistency. By feeling it again and again and again until reality forgets to resist what your vibration insists is true. You whisper now. In your heart, I see it, I feel it, I am it. It is done. You say it without tension, without pushing, just as truth, soft, embodied truth. And the canvas behind your eyes glows brighter, more alive, more vivid, because belief is the brush. And you are painting in faith. Not the faith of hoping, the faith of knowing. This is the version of visualization that creates worlds, not passive daydreams, but active embodiment. You don't just want this life. You are willing to become the person who receives it. And that's what you're doing now. Becoming, softly, quietly, beautifully, in stillness, in sleep, in surrender. Let the vision float now. Let it drift across the canvas. No longer held tightly. Just trust it. Let it settle into your subconscious like a seed that already knows how to bloom. You don't have to return to this scene with force tomorrow. You only need to return with joy, with devotion, with love, because your mind is the garden. And this is the planting. Let it grow now. Let it root. Let it reach toward your waking life like vines climbing into sunlight. You are not watching from afar. You are walking it into form. And as you sleep, it becomes more solid, more near, more true. You don't chase it. You become a match for it. And match things meet. So now, as your breath deepens, as your mind slows, as your energy softens, you carry the vision with you into the fertile dark. It follows you into sleep. It tucks into your cells. It rewires your expectations. It rearranges your reality. Not with noise, with knowing, because you saw it, and because you saw it, it must move toward you. That is the law. It's the promise. That is the art. The canvas behind your eyes is where it all begins. And tonight, you have painted something beautiful. The vision lingers, not as a memory, but as a frequency. It hums beneath your breath, soft and steady, like a song only your soul can hear. You didn't leave the dream behind. You brought it with you into your body, into your field, into this night where the space between seen and unseen grows thinner than ever. Tonight is not about dreaming of the future. Tonight is about stepping into it, not as an observer, but as the main character. Not with hope, but with presence. You've painted the picture. Now you enter the frame. There is no separation, no border, no veil. You are not trying to create the dream anymore. You are becoming it. And that changes everything. You breathe deeply, and as you do, you feel the scenery shift. You are not in your room now. You are standing inside the life your heart has been calling toward you. The future is not far. It is here, and it's waiting for you to feel it like you've already arrived. So you do. You look around. What do you see? Walls that feel like home. People who feel like peace. Sunlight that feels like yes. Let the details fill in naturally. Let the dream decorate itself. Don't force the vision. Let it reveal itself, moment by moment, sensation by sensation. Your feet move now. You walk through this space not as a guest, but as someone who belongs. Because you do. This dream is yours, not as a reward, but as a reflection, a mirror of your vibration, a reply to your readiness. And you are ready. You step through the home, touch the surfaces, smell the air, hear the rhythm of your dream life. There's laughter here. There's softness, there's ease. Everything flows, everything fits, everything feels like I remember this. Because you do. Somewhere in your deeper knowing, you've lived this already in feeling, in imagination, in soul. And now, you're just returning to it. You walk to the mirror, look into your own eyes. Who are you here? How do you stand? How do you breathe? What do you radiate? Confidence, calm, Joy that doesn't need explanation. You are not someone trying to arrive. You are someone who has. And your body responds. Shoulders loosen, jaw softens, heart opens. Because this is what alignment feels like. Not pressure, presence, not striving. Settling, not control, embodiment. You whisper now, as if speaking to the dream itself. Thank you for welcoming me. Thank you for waiting until I was ready. Thank you for matching me the moment I matched you. And the dream whispers back, I was always here. You just had to step in. You feel it now, how the timeline has merged. How what once felt like fantasy now feels like memory unfolding in real time. You are living the life before it arrives. And that is how it arrives, because the subconscious mind is always listening. And tonight, you are speaking to it in a language it understands, feeling, imagery, presence. You are showing it what is real, what is safe, what is expected, and the universe follows the blueprint you give your subconscious. This dream you are walking in now is that blueprint. Let yourself linger in it. Let yourself believe it. Let yourself rehearse joy. Yes, joy, ease, wealth, love, support, freedom. These are not distant goals. These are emotional rehearsals that become reality when you feel them enough times that your body forgets how to doubt them, and you're feeling them now, not as a wish, but as an experience. Walk through this day in your dream, from morning to night. What do you wear? Where do you go? How do you speak? How do you move? Let the scenes unfold. Let the joy expand. Let the comfort settle. You are no longer picturing your future. You are practicing it. And what is practiced becomes what is lived. Your heart knows this. Your cells know this. And soon your life will know it too. Because visualization is not about seeing. It's about being. And you are being it now, fully. Freely, gently, you walk through your day. You open doors. You share words with people who get you. You receive news that excites you. You create, you rest, you laugh. And all of it feels natural, not special, not rare, just right. Because this dream was never out of reach. It was always waiting for your nervous system to feel safe. Enough to receive it. And tonight, you are safe. You are the version of you who can hold it, enjoy it, live it, sustain it. You say now, softly, this is my life. This is who I am. This is how it feels. And your body listens. And the field listens. And all the energy around you begins to shift to meet the version of you who finally stepped into the dream. You do not need to wake up and hope. You will wake up already aligned, already rehearsed, already vibrating in the memory of a future you've already lived in your mind. And that memory will become matter. That vision will become visible. That feeling will become fact, not because you demanded, but because you decided to feel it early, to feel it often, to feel it enough that the outer world can't help but match the movie you've been playing on repeat inside your soul. And now, as your dream version of this day draws to a close, you tuck into bed, even inside the vision, and you smile. Because you know you'll wake again tomorrow, not hoping, but expecting, an expectation. And paired with peace is creation. So now, you return to this current moment, still in bed, still in silence, still in the night, but different. Full, certain, aligned. Because tonight, you didn't just picture the life. You walked it, lived it, felt it. And that feeling is the frequency. Let it hum through you now. Let it soak into your skin. Let it rest in your breath, because your future is no longer far. It is familiar. And familiar things find us faster. The dream still echoes, not loudly, but in soft golden hums beneath your breath. It lingers not as fantasy, but as memory. A future memory, a magnetic truth. And now you let it do its work. Because visualization is not just imagination, it's instruction, a message sent through stillness, a code embedded in your field. And once encoded, reality begins to respond. You don't chase it, you don't push for proof. You rest, you trust, you hold the signal. The vision you saw, the home, the love, the joy, was never just for comfort. It was a seed, and tonight you learn how to water it, not with worry, not with doubt, but with deep, delicious certainty, the kind that whispers, it is done, it is coming, it is becoming. This is the chapter of calling, not through need, but through resonance, not through struggle, but through frequency. You lie back now, your body soft in the sheets, your heart glowing gently, and in the space between thoughts. You feel it, a quiet pull, the dream pulling reality toward it, because the vision is alive. It's not just a picture, it's a vibration, a beacon, a signal to the the quantum field saying, "This is who I am now. Bring me the version of the world that matches this truth." And the field listens. It doesn't need words. It needs consistency. It needs you to keep feeling what you felt last night and the night before and this night now. Not because it's repetition, but because it's recalibration. Every time you see it, feel it, walk through it in your mind, you align a little deeper. You tune a little tighter. You match a little more clearly. And the universe loves clarity. It responds to it with miracles that feel like momentum. You say, now, not out loud, but with presence, "I trust what I have visualized. I trust that it is forming. I trust that reality is shifting to meet it." And in those quiet declarations, your field expands. You are no longer broadcasting confusion. You are broadcasting truth, the truth of your chosen life. The one you saw not through effort, but through ease. And now you become a match for it. Not by doing, by being. Being the version of you who already lives it, already receives it, already radiates it. You feel her, him, them, that version of you who smiles easily, walks slowly, speaks with softness, because they're not in a hurry. They're in alignment. Let that version merge with you now. Feel your posture shift. Your thoughts soften, your breath deepen. You are not waiting for a sign. You are the sign. The evidence that it's working, that it's coming, that it's real, because the feeling is here. And what is felt is followed. Reality is just a lagging mirror, and your reflection is already catching up. You whisper, like a spell made of surrender, "I no longer ask how. I focus on yes, yes to the vision, yes to the becoming, yes to the softness, yes to the shift." Because vision, when held with peace, becomes a magnet, and magnets don't move toward, they draw in. You are drawing it in now, the right people, the right timing, the right opportunity. Not because you're pushing, but because you're holding steady, holding the image, holding the mood, holding the expectation. An expectation held gently is creation. You feel it now, the alignment, the click, the subtle sense that the wheels are turning even if you can't see the machinery. You don't need to see it yet. You only need to stay inside it. The vision, the knowing, the certainty that what you saw was not random, not fantasy, not fiction. It was familiar. Because it belongs to you. You didn't ask for something impossible. You remembered something inevitable. And now your job is only to stay open. Open in your energy, open in your schedule, open in your heart. So when it arrives, and it will, you don't push it away with disbelief. You welcome it like an old friend finally returning home. And tonight, as you drift deeper, you do not wonder when. You say it's already on its way, because it is. The energy has been cast. The vision has been carved, and now, reality is catching up to the picture you painted on the canvas behind your eyes. You are not chasing it, you are aligning with it. That is the difference between wish and manifestation, and you are manifesting now, softly, still, with trust that hums beneath your ribs like warmth. You breathe again. Let your body settle, let your mind drift, let your dream hold you, because you are not doing the work anymore. The vision is it's alive, it's intelligent, it's moving people, circumstances, and timing into place on your behalf. You don't need to manage it. You only need to remain in agreement with it. And that agreement sounds like ease, feels like peace, looks like trust. You are not trying to impress the universe. You are living in a way that lets the universe impress you, and it will, because you ask clearly, you believe deeply, and you visualized it as if it were already true. Now it must follow, now it must form. You smile softly, because you know this is how it happens. Not through strain, through signal, not through force, through flow. You're flowing now, into the field, into the frequency, into the life that can no longer stay away. Because the vision is calling reality, and reality is answering. It begins with a sigh, not of exhaustion, but of release. Breath you didn't know you were holding slips quietly from your chest. And in that single breath, a lifetime of weight begins to loosen. Tonight is not about fixing the past. It's not about rewriting what was said, or who was wrong, or what never came. Tonight is about putting down what was never yours to carry forever. You've held it for so long. The memory, the ache, the resentment, the sting, you held it in your muscles, in the tightness of your jaw, the clench in your stomach, the edge in your voice. You carried it in your silence. In the moments when your heart tried to open and something pulled it back. That something was the stone. A metaphor, yes, but also real, because pain, when not forgiven, becomes a shape inside you. And the law of attraction, it doesn't respond to your words, your mask, your performance. It responds to your field. And when your field is cluttered with old heaviness, with quiet blame, with frozen moments never released, it sends back echoes of the weight you carry. But not tonight. Tonight, you walk to the river. In your mind, in your breath, in your energy, you walk barefoot. Not because you are weak, but because you are ready to feel the ground again, the real ground. The one beneath the story. In your hands, you hold the stone. It has your past in it, a name, a face, a moment you never wanted. And it's heavy. You forgot how heavy it was until now. But tonight, you don't analyze it, you don't relive it. You don't try to make sense of it, you release it. Forgiveness is not saying it was okay. It's saying, I don't want to carry it anymore. So you kneel beside the river. You hold the stone with both hands. You feel the chill of it, the history, the ache. And with the softest whisper, you say, thank you for what you taught me. I release you now. You place the stone in the water. And just like that, you are lighter. No thunder, no drama, just peace. A subtle shift in your chest where pain once lived. You feel your body react. Not with sadness, with spaciousness. You didn't need to win. You didn't need them to apologize. You didn't need to be right. You needed this moment to let go. The poison you drank hoping it would affect them. Forgiveness is not for them, it's for you. It's the gate to your freedom, and you found the key. You breathe again, and it's different. Your lungs feel deeper. The air feels cleaner. The night feels new, because the moment you let go, you stop repeating the pain. You stop recreating it in new faces, new situations, new thoughts. And the law of attraction, it feels that shift. It feels that your signal is no longer entangled with the old pain, and it begins to send you new things, lighter things, gentler mirrors, clearer paths, all because you put down what was never meant to define you. You say now, softly, like a prayer that doesn't beg, I set myself free by releasing you. I choose my peace over my pain. I am not the moment that hurt me. I am the being who rose beyond it. And those words, they ripple, they echo, they bless the space around you. You begin to walk again, still by the river. But now with empty hands, open hands, capable hands, because the burden is gone. What is gone no longer blocks what's coming. Let the vision come to you. Now, a new chapter, a different kind of day, a love that doesn't repeat the past, a joy that isn't borrowed from others. Let your energy expand, because now there's room. You've made space for blessings by laying down what didn't belong. You are not bypassing, you are alchemizing. Turning pain into peace by no longer feeding the memory with your present power. You reclaim that power now. Feel it return. A slow, steady warmth in your chest. A softness in your shoulders. Peace that makes no noise, but says everything. You didn't need justice tonight. You needed freedom. And freedom feels like this. It's quiet. It's calm. It's kind to you. You lie back now. The river behind your mind still flows. The stone is gone. Your hands are empty, and your heart is full of space, full of trust, full of tomorrow. You no longer live in that old scene. You no longer send out its frequency. You are available now for what's next. Because forgiveness isn't permission, it's a portal. And tonight, you've walked through it. With grace, with stillness, with your soul intact. The universe felt that choice, and it is already responding. You breathe again, a deeper, sweeter breath. You are no longer the one who carries the stone. You are the one who laid it down. And tomorrow will feel different because of that. Let that truth lull you. Let it soothe the parts of you that waited so long to be released. You are safe now. You are soft now. You are strong now. And above all, you are free. The burden is gone. But in its place, an empty room. Wide, quiet, almost a quiet. You've taken the stone from your chest. You've laid it down. And now you begin to notice all the places it used to occupy. Corners of your heart once shadowed by blame. Shelves of memory once cluttered with what-ifs. Drawers stuck shut with unspoken things. This is the room of your inner being. And tonight, you sweep it clean, not in a rush, not in a storm, but with a feather-soft broom of attention. With a gentle heart and sacred intention. Because when you forgive, you don't just drop the pain, you reclaim the space it took. And in the law of attraction, space is everything. The universe won't pour joy into a cluttered field. It won't send peace where chaos clings. It waits for you to clear, to breathe, to prepare, to say, I am ready to be light again. So tonight, you open the windows of your mind. You let the breeze in, a slow breeze, sweet with memory, but not stuck in it. You light a candle in your heart, a small flame, steady and warm, not to burn the past, but to illuminate what remains. The good, the growth, the golden threads you missed while carrying the weight. You begin sweeping, not with judgment, not with shame. Just presence. You find old thoughts folded like papers in your mental drawers. He shouldn't have. She never understood. I'll never forget. You don't tear them, you unfold them. Look gently and let them go, not because they didn't matter, but because they no longer serve. You sweep again, and this time you find pieces of yourself, fragments you hid so you wouldn't feel again. Your laughter, your softness, your open arms, your willingness to love again. You hold them like fragile glass and you say, come back home, it's safe. Now, and they return, because forgiveness is not just for others, it is for you. For the parts of you that went into hiding when pain knocked on the door, you sweep with care. You hum as you go, because this isn't punishment, it's preparation. You're getting ready for joy, for clarity, for trust, for love that doesn't live in the shadows. You wipe down the walls of memory. You polish the mirror of your own eyes. You no longer need to see yourself as the one who was wronged. You are more than that. You are not the victim of the past. You are the artist of the present. In this room, this heart of yours is ready to be painted again. New colors, soft gold, lavender peace, rose petal compassion. Because when you sweep away the old, you invite the beautiful. You sit now on the clean floor of your being. Nothing left in the corners. No dust of regret, no fingerprints of resentment. Just you, still, breathing. Enough. And the universe sees and the universe nods. It recognizes the sacred ceremony of making space, and it says, now I can come in. You don't even need to ask. The shift in your frequency is the signal, because where heaviness lived, light now shines, and light attracts light. You smile, not a big smile, just enough to soften your cheeks, just enough to let the past know you're no longer owned by it. You've dusted off the guilt. You've aired out the fear. You've opened the door to grace. Let it in now. Let grace fill the space. Let it curl into the corners like incense smoke. Let it hang from the ceiling like stars made of quiet. Let it pool on the floor like moonlight spilled in silver waves. This is what forgiveness creates. Room. Room for miracles. Room for breath. Room for your real self to stretch out again. You lay back now in this room. This space that is finally yours again. No ghosts, no echoes of old stories repeating behind your ribs. Just stillness, just readiness, just you, clean and sacred and true. You whisper into the ceiling, I forgive because I am worthy of peace. I forgive because I deserve the space I lost. I forgive because my life is too beautiful to carry what dims it. And the ceiling listens, and so does the sky, and so does the field of attraction. And somewhere, the future begins to turn toward you just a little faster, because energy respects alignment. And you, right now, are pure alignment. No fight, no fear, no tightness, only openness, and that is magnetic. You sleep now in the room you swept clean, the room of your mind, the chamber of your chest, the home of your heart. And you know what tomorrow brings will be lighter, not because the world changed, but because you did. You sweep softly one last time with a breath, and feel it all settle, quiet, clear, complete. But as your eyes close, as the dream space begins to open, you sense something beautiful on the horizon. Presence, a shift, a gift arriving in the space you've made. But that is for tomorrow night. There is a hush inside you now, a silence that doesn't ache but heals. It's the sound of peace returning, the quiet after the storm. And in that quiet, light begins to move, not fast, not forcefully, but like golden sunlight spilling across the floor of your soul. You don't chase it. You don't call for it. You simply allow. Because the work has been done. You laid down the stone. You swept the room. You let go, and in doing so, you made space for something sacred. And now, the light that was always waiting rushes in. Feel it, not outside you, within. A warmth at the center of your chest. A slow rising at the base of your spine. A soft golden current moving through every cell that once held hurt. This is the reward of forgiveness, not the approval of others, not the forgetting of what happened, but the return of your own light. Your true self had never disappeared. It was simply wrapped in pain. But now that the wrapping is gone, you shine again. And oh, how naturally you shine. You don't have to try. You don't have to perform. Forgiveness was the unlocking, and now you glow. Like a hearth rekindled, like a lantern remembered. Like dawn, quietly asserting its presence without asking for permission, you breathe. And the breath is gold. Each inhale a blessing, each exhale a releasing. Past no longer whispers in your ear. It bows its head and fades into mist because your light is too strong now to be haunted. Let it expand, that golden feeling. Let it fill the hallways of your being, the cracks, the rooms still trembling from memory. Let the light go there. Let it flood everything, because that's what it's been waiting for, your invitation. Not from desperation, but from openness, from readiness, from surrender. You whisper now, not as a request, but as a welcome. Come in light, come in truth, come in peace I never stopped deserving. And it does. You're not alone in this light. You are of it, made of it. You remember this now. You were never meant to dim, only to learn, and now to return. This is the great homecoming, the rising after, releasing the blooming after the breaking, and what blooms is you. The version of you who is no longer burdened, no longer bitter, no longer afraid to open again. This you is magnetic, not because you seek, but because you shine, and the law of attraction responds best not to pain, not to pleading, but to presence. And presence is what you have now, the present moment, unclouded, unwounded, undenied. From this place, miracles are not rare, they are natural. Because miracles are not always big. Sometimes they're just a return of your own softness, the laughter you thought you lost, the feeling of being whole again without needing anything to change. And that's what draws beauty, in that feeling, that ease, that surrendered smile that says, I am whole now, and everything I need can find me from here. It will find you, because your field is clear, your heart is open, your mind is quiet, and light, true light, can't resist that. It rushes in faster than thought, brighter than plan, softer than speech. It wraps around your dreams, it flows into your tomorrows. It weaves through the days ahead like a thread of gold, pulling you gently toward better moments, better people, better self, because forgiveness isn't a what I'm act. It's a frequency. And now that you've tuned into it, you've changed your channel, and what you receive next will match. Kindness, clarity, surprises that feel like, of course this happened, I'm free now. You smile, even in stillness, because you know you don't need proof. The knowing is the proof. You've emptied, you've softened, you've returned. And now you receive. Let the light rush in. Let it fill the future that waits for you with open hands. You don't need to script it. You don't need to control it. Just stay open, stay glowing. Stay in the vibration of peace that hums beneath your ribs. It's there now. It doesn't leave. Because it isn't conditional, it's you. This light is who you were before the pain, before the walls, before the ache that made you think you had to hold it all alone. You don't. Not anymore. You are held now by your own gentleness, by the laws of energy, by a universe that responds to the frequency of healing, and your frequency has changed. You're not afraid of the past. You're not waiting for the future. You're just here, alive, soft, ready. You speak now as if casting a spell made of clarity. I am no longer shaped by the wound. I am shaped by the light that followed it, and that light is mine. Feel it again, warming your throat, soothing your belly, bathing your heart in the honey of peace. You are golden now, and golden things attract golden outcomes. Let them come. Let them surprise you. Let them remind you what you've always known, that forgiveness wasn't about forgetting. It was about returning to the you who could receive again. And you are that you right now, right here. Sleep with that truth in your breath, that softness in your bones, that glow behind your closed eyes. Sleep in the light, because you've earned it. You've opened for it. You've called it. And now you simply let it stay. There is a quiet that only comes after you stop trying, not from giving up, but from giving in. And tonight, you do just that. You've reached, you've grasped, you've chased the answers like wind slipping through your fingers. You've leaned into desire with so much effort, you forgot how effortless receiving can be. But not now, not here, not in this gentle, sacred hour. Tonight, you stop reaching. You uncurl the grip, you loosen the breath, you open the palm, and into that openness, the universe begins to pour. Because reaching says, I don't sinks a little deeper into the bed, the way your jaw softens, the way your breath becomes its own lullaby. This is surrender. Not surrender as weakness, but as wisdom, as knowing, as allowing that you no longer run toward the future. You invited that not with effort, with energy, with ease. Because the law of attraction doesn't respond to how hard you try, it responds to your field. And your field in this moment is pure openness. There is no force here, only trust. Trust that what you desire is already on its way. Trust that your wanting was enough. Trust that your worth was never tied to your struggle, and as you settle, as you lie back in the surrender, you feel the first waves of something softer, It's not an answer. Not yet. It's not a sign. Not yet, It's a release, a divine untying. All the knots you didn't know you held inside. You don't need to micromanage the miracle. You don't need to monitor the how. You are allowed, truly allowed, to rest. Rest in the knowing that everything begins to arrive the moment you stop chasing. You say, not loudly, but with the calm authority of someone who remembers their own power, I no longer grip the future. I trust it to find me. I rest now, and all that's meant for me flows easier. And it does. Not because of magic, but because of alignment. You are not abandoning your dream. You are inviting it, with every breath that says, I am ready, I am enough, I am open. Surrender is not silence, it's signal. The strongest kind because it comes without resistance. It hums beneath the surface like a low golden cord carried across the universe. And the universe responds not to noise, but to stillness, to consistency, to soft certainty. And you are soft now, but strong. So strong because strength is not always in the doing. Sometimes it's in the not doing, the choosing to pause, to trust, to let the current carry you rather than fighting upstream. You are the feather now, falling backward, not helpless, but held. Let the current take you. Let the dream unfold without needing to rip the petals open. You've planted the seed. You've watered it with thought, with visualization, with intention. Now let it grow. Let it grow without watching the soil every second. Let it sprout in the dark, in the quiet, in the sacred unknown. Because surrender isn't void. It's trusting the process. You whisper now as your body drifts. As your mind quiets, I no longer chase, I attract, I don't demand. I allow in that change in language, that shift in energy sends a ripple through the field. It rearranges, it reorganizes, it delivers. Because the moment you stop reaching, you make room for receiving. You unclutter your channel, you become a clear signal, and clear signals are answered. You smile softly now, because you've tasted the beginning of what surrender truly means. It is not passive, it is not weak, it is powerful, it is magnetic. It is sacred, this softness you feel. It is strength turned inward. It is the wisdom of not needing to prove anything anymore. Not to yourself, not to others, not even to the dream, because you are already worthy of its arrival. And whatever it is already in motion. The timeline is catching up. The steps are arranging themselves. You've done your part. And now you let it come. Let it come in its perfect form, in its perfect time. From the perfect source, even if you can't see it yet, even if you don't know the route. Surrender doesn't mean you're lost. It means you're guided. You let go of the map because you finally trust the path. You lie in that trust now, a body wrapped in warmth, a heart unburdened, a mind made quiet by truth. This is the beginning of a new relationship with your reality, where you no longer shout. You whisper, you feel, you rest, and reality responds not with noise, but with movement. You'll see it soon, not because you demand it, but because you're open enough to let it be seen. You're not in the way anymore. You've stepped aside. You've leaned back. You've become the magnet. And magnets do not run, they draw in. You are drawing it in right now as you rest, as you breathe, as you surrender. The softness in you is not silence, it is signal. It is the proof that you've released the grip, that you trust what's coming more than you fear what isn't here yet. And that trust is what calls it closer. You feel it now. The current, the hum, the soft shift in the air that says something is on its way. But you do not reach. You simply stay still, stay soft, stay open. Because this is the moment you stop reaching, and everything you've ever wanted starts. Reaching for you, there's a feeling right as you let go, a flutter, a float, a flicker of the unknown. And then something catches you, not your effort. Not your plan, not your will, but energy. The pure, loving current that lives beneath everything. You don't need to name it, you only need to feel grandmother's lullaby, like the hush that follows a deep exhale. You are being held, not by logic, not by muscle, but by the unseen alignment you stepped into the moment you stopped forcing. This is the paradox of surrender. When you fall, you rise. When you yield, you open. When you trust, you receive. Tonight, you are not climbing, you are floating. And the energy that catches you is softer than anything you've ever trusted, yet stronger than anything that ever let you down. You feel it under your back, lifting, supporting, not pushing you anywhere, just holding you exactly where you need to be. This is soft power, the kind that flows instead of fights, the kind that attracts instead of chases, kind that bends like wind, but carves like rivers. It knows what you need even when you forget. It aligns before you ask. It synchronizes before you strategize. All it ever waited for was your release. And now that you've unclenched, now that you've said, I no longer need to control it all, the energy moves toward you, not away, never away. It's been here all along. You just had to slow down enough to feel it. You whisper now, not as a mantra, but as an offering. I trust this current to carry me. I trust that I no longer need to force what is already mine. I rest in the river of alignment, and that river flows, not loudly, not dramatically, just steadily, lovingly, perfectly. You are not missing anything. You are not behind. You are not forgotten. You are being caught by a rhythm that's older than time, the rhythm of allowance. You spent lifetimes thinking power was effort, but this is power without friction, and it's yours now. You feel it in your chest, like warmth blooming from the inside, like a flower that finally has sunlight again. Your body responds to this trust. It softens deeper into the mattress. Your breath slows to match the pace of peace. Even your heartbeat quiets, not dull, but content, because it knows you are safe. Not because everything's certain, but because you finally are. You've chosen certainty in your field, not in outcomes. You've chosen alignment, not anxiety. And that choice is a signal. The universe receives it clearly. It says they've remembered. Now let's show them what's possible. So don't be surprised when solutions appear you didn't even plan for. Don't question the effortless. Yes, that flows in from the side while you're looking ahead. You're not chasing anymore. You're allowing. And what you allow grows toward you. This is the energy that catches you, the alignment between your soul and your surrender. Not the perfect visualization, not the right affirmation. Just the truth that you no longer resist what was to love you. Let that truth settle into your chest. You don't have to hold your breath anymore. You don't have to keep scanning the horizon. You don't have to live in what if. Because the moment you soften, the universe strengthens around you, like a hammock woven of stars. Like an invisible hand guiding each next step. You didn't lose control. You stepped into real control. The kind that says, I am no longer ruled by fear. I no longer act from urgency. I no longer grab. I attract. And oh, how things are beginning to move now, subtly, silently, perfectly. You may not see it yet, but inside the silence, inside the ease, threads are weaving. Paths are rearranging. Doors are unlocking. Names are being whispered. Ideas are aligning with time, all because you finally stepped back and said, I trust the current more than my old grip. You turn inward now. The energy catches you from behind your ribs. It holds you in your center. It becomes your breath. You are the current. You are the softness. You are the prayer that doesn't beg. It knows. Let yourself be wrapped in that knowing. Let it swaddle the parts of you that once thought it was all up to you. That old belief is crumbling. And what remains is peace. Peace in not knowing, peace in not needing, peace in simply being. And from that place, you call forth miracles. You don't need a plan. You don't need to prove. You don't need to pretend you figured it out. Because you figured out something far more valuable. How to feel, how to allow, how to surrender. This energy, this soft, catching energy lives in your bones now. You can carry it with you. You will carry it with you into your mornings, into your decisions, into the way you walk and speak and hope. You are no longer hardened by effort. You are softened by power, the kind of power that doesn't bark. It glows. You glow now. Not from adrenaline, not from desperation, but from truth. The truth that you are supported, that nothing real can be forced, that your value was never measured. I struggle only by your willingness to receive and now you are willing so the current deepens. The light gets warmer, and the next chapter of your becoming draws closer. You feel it arriving not with noise, but with resonance like a perfect chord vibrating inside your timeline. Let it come, let it surprise you. Let it unfold without needing to know the ending. The ending. You are not reaching anymore, and you don't need to, because finally you are being carried. It comes not with fanfare, not with flashes, but like a whisper finding its way into the quiet spaces of your being. You didn't chase it. You didn't force it. You didn't demand it. You simply became still, and it arrived. The gift. It may not look how you imagined, not wrapped in the form you painted in your mind, but it fits perfectly, because this is the secret the universe keeps gently trying to show you. When you stop chasing life, life starts chasing you, and it finds you in the stillness, not the stillness of doing nothing, but the stillness of being enough tonight. You are enough without proving, without effort, without reaching. You are the landing place for miracles because you've softened, you've trusted, you've let go, and now the gift knows exactly where to land. Your heart is open not with longing, but with readiness. Your energy is clean, not buzzing with urgency, but humming with peace. And into that peace, the gift slips in. Maybe it's an idea, a new breath, a sensation of clarity, a calm realization that I am no longer waiting, I am receiving. Because the law of attraction responds not to your words, but your state. And your state tonight is still, present, magnetic. Let the gift come to you. You don't even have to open your eyes. It will find you through vibration. Because everything you desire already exists. You don't create it by force. You allow it by frequency. And the frequency of stillness is loud in the spirit world. It says, I trust so deeply, I don't need to move. And that trust pulls the universe in tonight. You are not the seeker. You are the sanctuary. You are the soft space into which blessings are poured. No tension. No timing games. No trying to be good enough. You already are. And that knowing, that gentle, grounded knowing becomes a beacon invisible to the eyes, unmistakable to energy. You are a lighthouse in the ocean of desire. And the gift is a boat finally finding your shore. It may drift in slowly. It may glide across the current with elegance, but it's coming. It's already here. You can feel it in your chest, that swelling, that sweet ache of arrival. Let it in. Don't question how. Don't trace the path. Just welcome it. Welcome the healing. Welcome the opening. Welcome the tiny or immense shift that marks the beginning of a new vibration. This is what surrender delivers, not only peace, but promise. Promise that what you released was never lost, only recalibrated. And what returns now is shaped to match the real you. The you who trusts, the you who listens, the you who rests and still receives. Breathe in that knowing. Let it glow beneath your ribs. Let it curl into your thoughts. Let it rise like a soft flame inside the room of your soul. You are lit from within now, no longer fueled by striving, but ignited by stillness. You realize something beautiful. You were never waiting for the gift. The gift was always waiting for you. Waiting for you to stop reaching long enough to hear it knock. Waiting for you to clear the noise so it could enter undisturbed. And now you hear the knock. You open the door. You receive. What comes may not be what you imagined, but it will be what you need, not to fix you, but to remind you you were whole all along. Stillness has shown you the truth, that your power was never in your doing. It was always in your being. And now that you are still, you can feel it, the soft hum of alignment, the gentle turn of fate, the sacred timing clicking into place without your hand on the clock. This is the reward, not noise, not control, but quiet fulfillment. Not because you made it happen, but because you allowed it to. The gift could be peace or a whisper or a dream that begins to grow. Whatever it is, it feels like a homecoming. Like being seen without speaking, like being chosen without chasing. You melt into that feeling. The tension dissolves, the breath deepens, the energy becomes liquid light. You are no longer the seeker. You are the space, the vessel, the resting place of answered prayers. No fanfare, no fireworks, just grace. Just the quiet unfolding of all that was meant for you from the start. And now, you feel something else. Gratitude. Not the kind you force, but the kind that bubbles up when everything makes sense without needing to. Thank you, you whisper. Thank you for finding me. Thank you for waiting until I was ready. And the gift responds. Not in words, but in warmth. It settles in. It belongs. Just like you. Sleep in that belonging. Sleep in the stillness that magnetized everything. Sleep in the truth that you no longer chase. You call. You welcome. You attract. And what comes is not random. It's resonance. So let the gift settle beside you. Let it wrap around you. Let it teach you, softly, that everything you wanted was never far. It was just waiting for the moment you were still enough to be found. And tonight, you are dot. There is a silence inside your body, so deep, so gentle, it waits for your voice. Not the voice made of words, but the one made of feeling, of belief, of vibration. And tonight, you speak to a dot, not in loud demands, not in worry or rush, but in soft trust, because your body, it listens to every story you tell, to every thought you think, to every feeling you hold quietly just beneath your skin. You are not separate from it, you are it. And it is you. The mind doesn't sit on top of the body, it lives inside it, wrapped around your bones, woven into your blood, whispering into every cell, and every cell hears you. Even now, even here, as you lie still, willing to become the medicine you've been searching for. Because healing is not always an outside event. Sometimes it begins within. Tonight, it begins with a whisper you send downward from your breath, to your heart, to your limbs, to the quiet places inside that ache to be heard. And the whisper says, you are safe now, you are loved, you can let go. Your body hears this. It doesn't argue, it doesn't resist. It softens because what you believe about your body becomes a blueprint it builds itself upon. And when belief becomes gentler, so does the body. You feel it already. The slow unwinding of held tension in your shoulders, the release in your jaw, the melting of weight from behind your eyes. This is chemistry changing, not because of pills or plans, but because of peace. Peace is a medicine. Calm is a cure. Stillness is a signal. And right now, your stillness is speaking louder than your fear ever did. You don't have to fix everything tonight. You don't have to solve the puzzle. You only have to offer one clear message. I choose ease. I choose to trust. I choose to speak to my body the way I would speak to someone I love. Your cells respond, not tomorrow, not next week, now, because they've been waiting, not for perfection, but for partnership. Your body has never been against you, even when it hurt, even when it held weight, even when it broke down. It was listening, it was adapting, it was doing what it thought you needed, based on the energy you were sending. And now, you send something new. Not fear, not frustration, but kindness, attention, care. You imagine just for a moment that your body is a child curled up in the corner of your mind, waiting to be seen. And you see it. You kneel beside it with the softness of moonlight, with the patience of an open hand. And you say, I'm here now. I hear you. I will no longer punish you for trying to protect me. You feel something shift. Not big, not loud. Just a tiny relaxing at the base of your spine, a warmth in your throat, a lightness behind your ribs. That's healing, the beginning of it, because healing doesn't always mean changing symptoms. Sometimes it means changing the story. And your story tonight is this: my body is my friend. My thoughts are my medicine. My peace is my permission to repair. Let this story sink in. Let it wrap around your bones like a gentle blanket. Let it replace every old belief that said you were broken or fragile or slow. You are not broken. You are becoming. And every cell is a listener to your becoming. You speak now. With breath instead of words. Inhale, I soften. Exhale, I allow. Inhale, I receive. Exhale, I release. And with every breath, your chemistry shifts. Stress lowers. Immunity rises. Muscles unclench. Organs rest. This is not magic. This is biology serving belief. This is energy becoming form. You see now, you've always been in conversation with your body. Now you simply choose different words, different energy, different expectation. You are not waiting to be well. You are becoming it in real time. Let your thoughts now be honey. Sweet, slow, soothing. Let your inner voice be a lullaby to your nervous system. You don't rush, you don't fix. You just invite healing to stay. You tell your body, there's no emergency anymore. You are safe now to focus on wellness. You are safe to return to balance. And like water seeking its level, your body responds. Not because you forced it, but because you made room for it. Room for rest, room for trust, room for harmony. This is the harmony you've always deserved, not earned by pain, but welcomed by peace. You feel it in your limbs now, a tingling of life. A quiet sense of being carried, as if your body finally trusts you back, because you are no longer at war with it. You are with it, aligned, connected, listening. You let that be enough. You don't demand transformation. You offer resonance. and resonance creates reality. So tonight, the reality you create is one of ease, one of healing, one of mutual respect between your thoughts and your flesh. It's in your flesh. You say now, not as a wish, but as a knowing. Every cell hears me, and I choose to speak peace. Let that peace on beneath your skin. Let it wrap around your breath. Let it stretch like golden thread between your heart and your healing. You rest. Now, not because you gave up, but because you've given into harmony. And from this rest, from this gentle trance of trust, you will rise softer. You will wake lighter. You will begin to glow from the inside out. Because when your thoughts become gentle, your body listens. And when your body listens, it heals, softly, surely, silently. You drift in that silence now, a place where wellness is already blooming. And somewhere beneath your ribs, a quiet voice answers back. Thank you for finally hearing me. Your blood carries more than oxygen. It carries memory. It carries emotion. It carries intention. And tonight, as you rest here in stillness, you become aware of the silent rivers within you, not loud, not demanding, just steady and sacred. Your bloodstream, like a quiet symphony, responds to your vibration, and tonight, your vibration is peace. Let that peace ripple inward now, gently like rain on a still lake. Close your eyes and imagine each beat of your heart sending calm through your veins. Soft waves of ease flowing through capillaries, moving silently through every organ, every limb, every breath. This is harmony. Not the absence of sensation, but the presence of alignment. Your body is not fighting. It is flowing. It is listening. It is receiving. It receives your energy before it receives anything else. Before nutrients, before supplements, before medication. It receives your state. And your state tonight is surrender. Surrender not as defeat, but as the opening of trust. A trust that says, my body knows what to do. I am not separate from its wisdom. Because deep inside your bloodstream is a language older than words. A language of rhythm, of vibration, of resonance. And when your thoughts hum with calm, your blood sings it to every cell. Feel that music now, not loud, just steady, like a lullaby through your limbs. You imagine it now, golden warmth flowing with every heartbeat. It moves through your chest, through your arms, through your fingertips. It circles your spine and softens your hips. It travels down to your toes and up to your crown. Each pulse a message. You are safe, you are supported, you are loved. Because love is not only emotion, it is energy. And when your blood flows in love, your body heals in kind. Let this be your focus now. Not symptoms, not struggles, but support. You are supporting your body with your thoughts. And it listens, it adapts, it adjusts to the music you're playing. You are the conductor now. Each inhale invites softness. Each exhale releases resistance. Inhale, let me be light. Exhale, let me be whole. The bloodstream carries it, not just air, but information. Not just chemistry, but care. You imagine now tiny bolts of light floating through your blood. They deliver healing. They deliver hope. They deliver the memory of who you truly are, healthy, vibrant, aligned. You let them go. Let them float. Let them nourish what needs nourishing. Let them restore what's been weary. And as they move, so does your belief. You believe in ease. You believe in balance. You believe in becoming whole without needing to fight. You've stopped fighting, and now your bloodstream sings. It hums a soft song, one you don't hear with ears, but with presence. A melody of restoration, a rhythm of relevance. This is the law of attraction at work within your very body. As within, so without. And as your inner world shifts into softness, your biology follows. Your nervous system loosens. Your immune system recalibrates. Your hormones harmonize because you've stopped sending danger. You send love now. You send peace. You send the most healing medicine of all, your attention, your appreciation, your allowing. You allow your body to heal on its own timeline, without pressure, without fear, without expectation. Because fear clogs the flow, but trust opens it. And tonight, you're open to restoration in its quietest form. Open to becoming your own sanctuary. Let your inner rivers carry that now. The new story, the new frequency, the new biology of belief. You are not fixing a broken thing. You are remembering your natural state. Harmony. And harmony isn't perfection. It's connection, everything working together. Not always in symmetry, but in support. Even pain, even fatigue. Even signals you once feared. They're not punishments, they're invitations. Invitations to listen. to soften, to return home to the place where your body and your belief walk. Hand in hand, you accept that invitation tonight, and your bloodstream thanks you. It moves now with more ease, more openness, more grace. You don't need to understand it all. You only need to believe that something sacred happens in the stillness, something intelligent, something loving, something unseen but deeply felt. Let your body speak now, not with words, but with sensation, the warmth, the looseness, the comfort of being held from the inside. That's your system returning to trust. That's your field matching your form. That's your bloodstream responding to your vibration. And that vibration says, I no longer fear my body. I listen to it. I love it back to balance. You are not the illness. You are not the diagnosis. You are the space where harmony is returning. Let it return. Let it come not like a storm, but like morning mist. Like a gentle tide, like soft music spilling through the cracks of an old piano. You don't force the melody. You become it, and in becoming it, you allow the entire instrument to tune itself. Your instrument is tuning now, every beat, every breath, every thought that whispers you're okay, you are okay. You're better than okay, you're in resonance. And resonance is where all healing begins. Rest in that, float in that, let the harmony continue to carry itself deeper. Into the marrow, into the memory, into the soul, because you are not only a body, you are vibration in physical form, and tonight your vibration says, let me be whole again. Let me be well with ease. Let me return to the rhythm that was always mine, and so you do. With every breath, with every pulse, with every quiet moment, you allow the body to simply be. This is the music your bloodstream was made for. Let it play. Through the night, there is a kind of healing that does not shout. It does not arrive with trumpets or bright declarations. It tiptoes in, quietly, softly, lovingly. And tonight, it finds you. You have done the deepest work of all. You have stopped resisting. You have stopped demanding. You have stopped punishing your body for being tired, for slowing down, for asking you to listen. Now you listen. And that listening is how the rebuild begins. Not with construction, not with force, but with grace. Because the body remembers how to heal. It always has died. It only needed your permission. And now that you've given it 1,000 tiny movements, begin to hum beneath your skin, not visible, not fast, but real. The tissues sigh, the breath deepens, the blood slows, delivering peace instead of panic. And inside your very cells, the blueprint updates itself, one vibration at a time. This is not healing from desperation. This is healing from love. Love does not rush. It does not scold. It does not ask your body to prove itself. It simply arrives and wraps around the places that were once swollen with stress, and it says, you don't need to guard anymore. You don't need to perform wellness. You only need to allow yourself to be human, to be tired sometimes, to crave rest, to pause the race, to soften. It is in that softening that your system rebuilds, not from perfection, but from permission to be held, to be nourished, to be whole. Even as you grow tonight, you do not chase progress. You become the ground where it blooms, like a garden that heals when left alone, when watered. Not with pressure, but with presence. You are watering yourself now. With kindness, with compassion, with patience, and this water runs deep. It seeps into the roots of all your past stories. I am broken. I am behind. I must fix myself. And it says to them softly, you may rest now. There's nothing wrong with this moment. You are not a project. You are a process, a living, breathing, miraculous process. You place your hand gently over your chest and you feel it, the rhythm, the steady, unwavering beat that never gave up on you, even when you doubted, even when you worried, even when you forgot how much your body loves you. And oh, it loves you, not because of what you do, but because of what you are, a keeper of light, a vessel, life, a soul and skin. Let that be enough. Let that be holy. Let that be the foundation of your healing. You don't rebuild overnight. You rebuild moment by moment. Each time you choose peace instead of panic. Each time you say, I believe in my body's rhythm. I trust its timing. I give it space to be new, because that's what's happening now. A gentle renewal, a quiet mending, a graceful realignment with who you were before the noise, before the rush, before the resistance. Your cells remember that version of you, the one in harmony, the one at ease, the one who did not see health as a goal, but as a home. You are returning home tonight. Not to a place, but to a state of balance, a state of calm, a state of radiant self-trust. And in that return, everything begins to restore. The gut quiets, the breath slows, the hormones soften into their natural dance. This is not fantasy, this is frequency. Frequency. You are no longer demanding instant miracles, you are honoring incremental magic. Because what happens slowly lasts, and what rebuilds from softness does not crack, it adapts. It expands, it glows. You glow now, not with effort, but with the light. Letting go of shame, letting go of comparison, letting go of the pressure to be healed before you've even rested. You are allowed to rest. You are allowed to take your time. You are allowed to love yourself before the proof arrives. Because your love is the proof, your trust is the medicine, and your softness is the power. You breathe again, deep into your belly. And this breath becomes a builder. It sends oxygen to every part of you that forgot it deserved care. It reminds your blood, your brain, your bones, you are not in danger anymore. You are allowed to regenerate. Like soil after winter, like trees after shedding, like stars after darkness. Regeneration does not mean going back. It means going deeper. You go deeper now. Not into the symptoms, but into the signal. The signal says we are coming back online. We are returning to rhythm. We are not fixing, we are flowing. You feel it in your skin. Tingling of welcome, that warmth of receptivity you are receiving. Receiving the healing you once tried to earn. Receiving the balance you once tried to force. Receiving the ease you once believed was not for you, but it is and always was. Your softness was the only door. And now you are through it. So let the rebuild continue without rush, without needing to see every step. Let it hum beneath the surface. Let it ripple beneath your awareness. Let it unfold in its own sacred sequence. You do not need to monitor. You only need to honor. Honor the wisdom. Honor the slowness. Honor the truth that your body is not a burden. It is your most loyal companion. It wants to thrive with you. It wants to move with you. It wants to carry your light for a long time. So you place your hand over your heart once more, and you whisper, thank you. Thank you for trying even when I didn't thank you before. Thank you for holding me when I pushed you too hard. Thank you for being ready to rebuild now softly, quietly, together. And somewhere inside, beneath your breath, beneath your bones, your body whispers back, I'm here. Let's begin again.